What's going on, guys? This is the Cloud9 podcast, season 2, episode 7. So, I was initially going to give you guys an episode around the point where, like, if at least two of the groups are played, but I ended up having to go to my movie theater for like a lot of movie reviews because I do them on my main channel, so I have to watch the movies, and then I had other content come up on my main channel, so didn't really have enough time to do that. So I thought to myself, why not just let the groups play out and then just have a discussion after all the groups have been played out? Because the last time we talked, Cloud9 were 0-3 and then ended up pulling a Fnatic from 2017, making it out of the group of death, just like they did. The only thing that was different is that Cloud9 weren't 0-4. It was pretty much the exact same thing. People counted them out. They thought they were done, and then they pulled a Fnatic. That's what they did. And then Fnatic, we'll talk about them later. Oh my god, they played really bad. And by really bad, it was terrible. I think their only good player was Bwipo, actually. Like, Bwipo was the only player that I thought really actually tried to get Fnatic anywhere. And then people know that
Niski tried. He really tried.
Played really bad. Dude, come on. He played bad.
No, he tried really hard.
He had that one good game on LeBlanc. He had that one good game on LeBlanc against... No, what did he play? It was that one game he had. He had a couple good games, but like outside of those couple good games, it was looking rough out there. Adam, you called that Adam wasn't going to play good at all, actually. I thought he would do fine, but Adam just looked like pure dog shit. You know what's crazy? Adam had the worst stats of any player at the tournament. He even had worse stats than people that were already eliminated. That's ridiculous. How's that possible?
I think we'll
he
get
had worse stats than people that were already eliminated, like wildcard top laners.
We'll definitely get into it because I'm sure it's a lot to unpack.
And then Riot screwed over my pick'ems. So I already told everyone what my pick'ems were. So it was already on video. I didn't know this year because it was just a this year thing. You have to lock them because if you didn't lock them, then they pick you groups themselves. I'm sitting here going like, wait, what? Why didn't you just lock the groups that I had? They put Fnatic first. I'm like going, what the fuck? I had Fnatic first. I had RNG, Fnatic, Hanwha Life, and the other team I had PSG. That's who I had. I'm like, why didn't you just lock in teams that I already had there? I had T1, EDG, 100 Thieves, fucking Dead Nation, fuck me. Turns out I got that group right. I got the Cloud9 group right, but all I had was FPX above Rogue because I thought Rogue was going to finish last. And then for the group of Life, I had Genji, did I have Mad Lions? I think I had Genji, Mad Lions, yeah, I got that one right. Because I had Genji, Mad Lions, LNG, and Team Liquid. That's what I had. So, thank you, Riot, for switching up the system. Why didn't they just lock the picks that I had? Why would you switch them? I looked at my picks and I was like, oh, this is some bullshit. But, yeah, next year I'll know to make sure I have to lock them. But other than that, I mean, what I initially thought about the Cloud9 group was because I watch most of the regions anyway, I try to have a good gauge about what's going on, and I just didn't see a world where I thought that FPX would have really beaten Damwon unless you just specifically just play through top lane, I know we had like back and forth discussions. I was like, Damwon's just a better team, and then definitely later on during the tournament, it just was more proven that Damwon were the better team. Like, what do you think went wrong with FPX, dude? Because they weren't a Phoenix. They were burnt chicken out there. They was running out with their heads cut off. What the fuck was Doinby doing? TN was like the worst jungler in the main group stage event. That was pathetic when I saw that guy. Do you think the pressure got to him? Because remember, earlier this year in the LPL, he benched himself because of like fucking the whole pressure thing was getting to him.
I think it's a combination of the meta. A lot of it seemed like there's a
their
big
meta reads are really off. Yeah.
yeah. They had like Malzahar and
they're playing J4 like every game when it didn't even make sense to play J4. Like, what the fuck?
They had some really questionable picks. They looked disjointed and disconnected. Wasn't the FPX I saw in LPL. domestically.
So someone asked me, like, do I think that they just play differently against other teams because they didn't really know their play style? I don't think it was that. I think they just, it's hard using the word choking for this because was it choking or did the meta change really screw them over? It literally could be a combination of both. Like, people only like to talk in one specific way, you know? People only like to talk in like one direction. That's it. When it could be a combination of multiple things, it could be a combination of meta changing, them having to fly over to another different country to play League. Could be a combination of, maybe the players are like burnt out because people know the LPL, like with the LCK, play a lot of games. They scrim a lot. So could be a combination of that. It could be maybe they really just weren't as good as people thought they were. But I don't think that's the truth because the only thing that was weird, right, man? The only thing that was weird was that the casters were going on Twitter going like, well, FPX are overrated and all this stuff. I mean, you guys are the one that put FPX at second place in the tournament when EDG literally beat them in the finals. I know you talked about that too. You're like, how do people have EDG under FPX when EDG are the one who beat them in the finals? That makes no sense.
Yeah,
that literally makes no sense.
I had someone I was talking to on Discord had Fnatic coming first over. Like, no, this was somebody's pick'ems. Get this. I'm gonna tell you that the third group. They had Fnatic first, PSG, and RNG third.
I almost want to spit up my drink.
Yeah, I'm surprised
almost gave me a heart attack. Holy fuck.
That was this guy. I was like, are you delusional?
Was
like,
this before they announced the upset thing?
Yes.
Okay. Even that's crazy because I Fnatic.
That's still crazy.
It's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Oh my god. Like, if Fnatic had upset, I think they make a good shot at getting second. They make a good case for themselves.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
Quote unquote now week 2, because back in the day, you really did play on a week 2 schedule, but now with the week 2, Fnatic beat RNG, right? They looked really competitive in a lot of the games too. If they had beat Hanwha Life, they would have been almost in the same position that Cloud9 had been in. Because they would have had to play PSG Talon, but to be fair, they would have lost the PSG challenge. They would have been out. But, if they beat Hanwha Life, I think their mental fortitude would get a lot stronger, and they would be able to beat PSG Talon, and you might have had the same thing with Cloud9, actually. But that's my thing, dude, is that's the weirdest thing about the LPL teams, is there's always going to be one that chokes, I
mean, LNG didn't make it. I had them coming out.
You had them best first? I had Gen G first, and I had LNG second. I had LNG second. I was like, I think they're a good team. I think they're much better than Mad Lions and Team Liquid. I was like, this is going to be pretty much a
Icon choked. Icon was just terrible.
What do you think happened to him? Because he's not that bad. Like, people like he's trash. Like, he's not that bad.
I don't know if it's like he plays mostly assassins. Like, he plays the Echoes, the Dianas, and LeBlanc plays. I don't. It came down to like maybe he should just play his play style and trying to not play the meta. Like
what the caster said was right. What the caster said was right. He really isn't like a star player. You have to like put players around him to make sure he succeeds, because he's really never like a guy that is gonna like be like Showmaker, Chovy, like take over the game. Yeah, like he's not that kind of player. He's more like pole belter, but he's really serviceable, right?
Oh,
so how do you make a player like that? No, I know, but like this in terms of like the actual way he plays the game, it's like, how do you make that work though? Like, on the world stage.
I mean, I felt like Ale was the most outstanding player for.
So like the Fiora game he had today. Oh my lord, that was
the cannon highlights. This man had like multiple 2v1 outplays. I'm like, this guy's a legend. I don't know what was going on with. I honestly didn't want EU to have a team come out, but I guess the Riot gods just don't want. They want one EU team going through. So like, I didn't even care if Team Liquid didn't make it, but the first group was more. I think the first group and the second and the last group were the best groups to watch.
Yeah, because after Cloud9 got out, everyone was like, yeah, there might be some hope for NA, and then you see, 100 Thieves just pretty much the day played out like this because T1 and EDG basically won their matches first. They got 4 wins, so it made like the rest of the matches like meaningless and shit essentially. And then I think LS went on Twitter and he was like, "Well, why not give like Tenacity some play on stage if the games don't matter?" I get his point, but to be fair, like if the games don't matter, then it's either way though. Like you give him a game, and if they lose that game, he gets scrutinized. Even if they lose and the game doesn't matter, or they win and he gets overpraised. And
why doesn't LS shut the fuck up?
Okay, well you're mean. Well, how was your day, Warren? You go on League, Twitter League.
I mean, you saw that Cloud9 use my tweet.
Oh yeah, you're right. With the whole spirit bomb and shit.
No, not the spirit bomb, the Doctor Strange one.
Oh yeah, like the thing here, dude, with that is, people in the Cloud9 Facebook group, they were like, well, now anybody that criticizes them feels dumb. No, you have the right to criticize bad play. Just because they turn it around doesn't mean it just erases how bad they were playing in week 1. I was glad they played that way. I'm wrong, I was glad they played that way. But I can't just erase in my head the bad level of gameplay they had in week 1, And now that they've drawn Gen G, people were going like, yeah, we've made the finals. Okay, let's not go too crazy here. Let's just take one stage at a time. Work on beating Gen G, work on beating either RNG or EDG, and then work on the finals. Don't get too out of yourself going like, oh, we're going to win we're easy road to the finals. How about beat Gen G first? Gen G has shown they're not that. Gen G have shown they're good, right? But they're definitely one of the beatable Korean teams. But just like, I wouldn't say get ahead of yourself because Gen G might push them to 5 games.
Gen G plays like old SKT. Like you could have like
a
9K
play style. Yeah,
like you could have like a 9K lead, and then all of a sudden they get one team fight, they win, and you see Gen G win, and you're like, what happened?
Yo, what's up, Ziak? How you doing? NA has one team out, Cloud9, the hope as per usual. What's up, Monzo?
I guess the $6 million Aeons. I guess the $6 million paid off.
I am depressed. I'm so sad for Upset. Bean wasn't the problem, but he wasn't the solution either. Upset leaving broke the team's mental right from the start. No, you're right. You could definitely tell when he announced that he was leaving, going back home because of his family tragedy. They were just done. They couldn't do anything. What's up, Frazier? FPX is bad. Yeah, they definitely played really bad. They played terrible. Don't act like that's laugh with. If Fnatic had Upset, this wouldn't be funny. I don't know, man. Like, I know people are gonna give Fnatic the excuse of like they didn't have Upset, but they really did play bad on stage. Like they really played bad. Like there was a few games where they looked good. Whipple, I think, looked good throughout most of the games. Adam played pretty bad most of the games. Niski had a few standout games, but overall not the level we expected coming in. Did you think Hillsang played bad, or that's just Hillsang? You think he just was gonna play that way no matter what?
I think Hillsang was used to playing with Upset. Not to sound like give a cop out answer, but like you're literally getting a week or maybe a few days of scrims with a ERL player. And I'm not trying to make fun of Bean. He got put into a bad situation because it's like
because what are you really gonna do with him?
Because think about it, he had to go up against Gala, Unified.
Unified. Oh
yeah, those weren't easy. That's not easy lanes. Like I don't know. That's like you can't ask much of the kid.
What do you do in that situation though? Because now looking at this retroactively, coming maybe next year or a couple years from now, maybe when we're at like Worlds 2023, do people just give this excuse to Fnatic? They didn't have Upset, that's why they played bad. But if you actually looked at the gameplay, the players that were the veterans were making some egregious decisions, So how do you do like that? Like the problem here is like, yes, them not having Upset screwed them, but when you actually saw them on stage, you had the veteran players just playing really bad. So, yes, that would be a combination of both things, essentially, right? Which would be. So what do you judge that off of? Like, were they that tilted that it made Niski and Adam play that bad? Like I don't know. That would
cried
literally
a few
be an
times,
excuse.
so Nisky cried a few. I saw there was one where the first day he was just saying sorry and was crying. You could tell that he was just trying his best because I think they kind of knew that, like, because they played through bot lane a lot and like
they tried. Yeah, Hill is saying make sure they try to play through bot lane, but how many games has Bean had in ERL? Has he won ERL at all? Has Fnatic Rising ever won ERL? I know they got to the finals a few times.
They won EU Masters one time. I think it was with I think Bean was with Magic Felix at the time. But again, you're putting a new player to get adjusted to a team that's been together for the whole year. Well, for half a year because remember Bubba just came in.
Yeah. So when did that happen? When was Summer Split for the LEC 2021 Summer Split? When was that? Like in June, right? So that's 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Holmesy, you're right. I remember Fnatic Rising has made ERL's finals before. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, they made it a few times. And like you're thinking to yourself, see, this is how it could have played out. What if Bean came out and he was basically just like FBI, just stomping kids like he was in the LCS here, you know? If that would have been great for them, but you can't expect that though. I think deep down, people were expecting like this come out player. He was going to be some like next best ADC. That is like 1 in a million chances that happens though, you know?
That's a lot of illusion.
Yeah, but you know fans are going to think that, though. And you know eventually fans are going to blame him for them not making it out. You know, it's kind of funny. Fnatic has made it out of as many groups as, like, Cloud9 has. They've only missed groups, like, twice, making it out. That's what I'm trying to tell people. They've only ever missed groups, like, twice. Before this time where they missed groups, they've only ever missed it in 2014 when they were in that group of death with Samsung Blue, LMQ, and what's another team that was in there, too. They haven't missed groups ever since they've been going to Worlds for like a long time, other than the year that they did make Worlds, which was in 2016. So
right,
Fnatic has always gotten out, and even with their game against RNG, dude, I thought when they won against RNG, I was like, another Fnatic miracle run. I was like, what? Here we go, you know. And then they played against Hanwha Life, and you know, Chovy just ripped their assholes open because Chovy's been like the best mid laner at World.
Wait, so is the groups picked now for the?
Yeah, we'll talk about them.
Oh no, I didn't know. That's the part I missed.
Yeah, they are now played out. I'll bring up Leaguepedia for you guys, and we'll talk about the group stage games too. Ooh, so that's what I want to ask you too, because we've been watching the LPL. I've caught a little bit of the LCK this year, guys. I usually watch the LCK, but this year life was kicking in hard.
I'm looking at the knockout stage. I don't like this. I don't like the fact that...
Please, yeah, let's talk about that. This is why I don't like Worlds format sometimes. I watch LPL all year, essentially, right? Why the fuck do I want to watch the same shit on the World stage? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, you gotta see EDG against RNG. Like, I don't like
I've seen that all year.
We see T1 beat Hanwha, so that's like... Why couldn't it have been, like...
Okay, yeah, we got this right here. Okay, so, guys, this is the reason why I have a problem with the World format, okay? So, as a person who's watched the LPL, like, for a good many years at this point, I don't need to see RNG and EDG. You know, I don't need to see that because I've already seen that. That is a home region match. Who wants to watch Worlds for home region matches? I want to watch Worlds for teams that don't necessarily get a chance to always fight each other, okay? I would want to see EDG versus Mad Lions. I want to see Damwon versus RNG. We saw how that played out the last time, but, you know, T1 versus Cloud9, Genji versus Hanwha, not Genji versus Hanwha, Genji versus fucking, I don't know, EDG, you know? Like, the problem here is, like, you're getting some of these home region matches, and we know T1 is going to smack around Hanwha Life. We know this. If Hanwha Life upset them, that would be disgusting. We've seen Damwon versus Mad at MSI 2021 earlier this year. That was a close best of 5, kind of.
And yeah, Khan looks like he ain't joking because they went 6-0. So I really hope that
Khan stepped up a lot this year in Worlds.
I hope that Mad spreads their leg 69 and get ready to get destroyed. So
C9 versus Genji, both teams were overjoyed with that draw. Yeah, you know they were like, okay, we're gonna destroy this other guy. Easy semifinals. You know, it was already crazy that Cloud9 got to World semifinals back in 2018. Now, if they did it again, that'd be insane. That would be something. Now, I'm not going as far as the other Cloud9 fans going like, yeah, we're going to get to finals on this bullshit. I just want to only think about Gen G right now. I hope the team does that. Let's just focus on Gen G. Worry about beating Gen G, then worry about semifinals when it gets to us. You know? I think that's the better mentality than going like, we have a free trip to the finals. It's not free. Have you seen EDG and RNG? Like, I know they play like dog shit, in the best of ones for like week 2, but I mean, best of 5 Chinese teams are going to be way different than BO1 Chinese teams, obviously. But this bracket stage is really weird,
Yeah. Again, I don't like the setup. Like, there's like domestic regions shouldn't be playing against each other. Like, it should have been Hanwha against RNG, and it should have been. Yeah, it should have been.
No, you can't have them, remember, because they were in the same group together.
You should have had RNG. I mean, you should have had EDG against Hanwha and T1 against RNG.
Oh, that'd be some bangers right there.
That's already those are two good. That's an easy switch. Like, why? Like, just like that's a. You see how that's an easy switch, and it gives more flavor to the whole thing. But that's Worlds. I hope they look over this format because it's kind of bogus. Just saying. Hello?
Because what's happened is like this has happened like 2 Worlds in a row. Last year at Worlds 2020, and then you had this year Worlds 2021. I just don't want to watch home region matches at Worlds. I want to see Cloud9 go up against like Hanwha Life. I want to see fucking Mad Lions go up against EDG. Why would I want to watch RNG versus EDG when I've watched that for like? Because how many times do the LPL teams get their back-to-back rivalry matches during the season? Like what, 3 times or 2? 2 times, right?
Right.
I've already seen this matchup play out like 4 different times this year. I think it was EDG favorite, right? Yeah, it was EDG favorite in the regular season, and the RNG got it better in the playoffs. But this point still stands. I've already seen this though, and someone's gonna go like, "Well, what if I don't watch the LPL and I haven't seen it?" Okay, the point still stands. That's like me going like,
the point is, you know what? There's something called VODs. You can watch the VODs.
Yeah,
Shut up. Listen, I don't want to hear it.
So it's like, well, I don't watch the LPL. I don't got time during the year. Well, I don't want to watch the teams that I've been playing against at Worlds.
Maybe if you stop, this is not you. I'm just saying to the person. Maybe they should stop going to Pornhub and spending an hour watching Bella Danger. Maybe they'll see more LPL games. So,
like, wouldn't it be more interesting, guys, if Cloud9 was facing Hanwha Life or Mad Lions versus Cloud9 for the Battle of the West, quarterfinals? Shit like that, But
yeah,
when you have these home region matchups, it's like, I mean, to be fair, it could go either way with RNG and EDG. I'm not saying these won't be good best of 5s between these guys, but outside of this one right here, which is probably going to be a banger, we know who's going to win out of that. That's already decided. Bye, Chovy. Chovy's never beaten Faker in a playoff best of 5. So bye, Chovy.
If he does beat Faker, it'd be
Lord.
funny.
Oh my God, what if they actually do knock out T1? That'd be so fucking funny.
I think he retires.
Oh my God. He's like, okay, you're the new Faker. I'm done. Do you think Mad Lions is getting their revenge? Before we
they played too bad. They're
like the worst team in the group.
If you put a kindergarten, if you put a 5th grader instead of Icon, LNG beats Mad.
Like, between Gen G and Cloud9, if you take Cloud9's week 2 performance and you take Gen G's performance overall, I can see a world where Cloud9 win 3-2. I think Gen G will put up a much better fight than they did last year. But that depends on are they going to run that other top laner who got completely like dildo?
Bertle?
Yeah, was it Bertle? Rudolph? What the fuck his name is?
Bertle.
Like, if they run that Bertle guy against Fudge is probably going to beat the shit out of him. And I'm not even saying that because I'd like to be mean. Like, that guy got completely destroyed all day. I was watching the rebroadcast, that guy was looking like some ass.
Maybe Fridge might eat him. I
The first might collapse on him.
don't know. Yeah.
All
I,
right, so yeah, what else do you want to go over?
well, I mean, the groups played out. I think. So I wanted to go over like which teams. Well, we know that FPX underperformed. Which other
Okay,
teams
so
you
we'll just talk
think?
about Group A. Okay, we'll
Yeah.
talk about Group A. Oh my god, I'm sorry about that, guys. Let's go over some FPX games that made me want to completely off myself. Actually, all right.
I'll ship the gun to you.
Oh, good lord, thank you're so amazing, guys. You're so okay. So let's talk about Group A first, because that was the biggest storyline so far in Group Stage was Cloud9 doing a Fnatic, doing a Miracle Run. Guys, the only thing different was that they weren't 0-4. That was the only thing different. They literally did everything else. Everything else played out the exact same way. Even so much so, Khan went 6-0 in that group stage that Fnatic did that Miracle Run back in 2017. Hey,
True.
it's a miracle. Khan going 6-0 made Fnatic. Hey man, he's doing it for Cloud9. Oh my god. But let me bring up some of the games actually, because you've watched FPX. What do you think was their real issue? Because everyone's gonna be like giving them some bullshit. What do you think their real actual issue was? Was it really the meta? Because this team is like flexible as hell. Like
It was a
I don't know what I mean by that.
What?
Warren is so salty. Dude, you finally get a good run as an and you talk like EU is nothing. We've made it past groups all these years.
Who's that? Who's that?
Hansa.
Oh. No, I'm salty. Oh, the only thing I'm salty about is I thought TL had 2 chances to get out of this group, and they blew it. All they had to do was beat Mad the first time, and they would have gotten out. And Mad would not have been able to get out. And then they get another chance against Gen G, and they lose. So yes, I'm salty about that. But
it's weird, dude, because TL has legitimately gotten hard groups, right? Last year they had G2 and Suning. The year before that they had Damwon and IG in the same group.
And they went 3-3, I think, right?
Right. And they almost made it out last year. If G2 had beaten Suning in their rematch, that would have given TL a chance to fight Suning after they just beat them the same day. And then this year, they have legitimately the group of life. They have the easiest group in the tournament, and they still don't get out. That reminds me of like TSM for some years, right? They had kept getting like hard groups, quote unquote hard groups, like really hard ones. Finally got an easy group, and they still didn't get out. That is crazy. They upgraded their top laner, they upgraded their jungler, and they still didn't get out. That was the crazy thing, you know? So my thing here with a lot of that happened so far at the Worlds 2021 group stage, guys, is it goes down to a combination of things, you know? Like, is it choking or is it actually teams getting exposed? Now it could be one of two ways, you know? It could be because certain teams obviously, play really well in their own region, and then when they get to worlds, they play a bit more different because, like when you're on the world stage, a lot of things just play out differently due to, meta changing all the time, different environment you're in, you playing against different teams you've never played against before. But I usually chalk all that up to like things that could apply to a team playing bad, but not like the whole realistic thing. And the issue here with FPX was that FPX were just playing bad throughout the whole tournament. Even in the games they won, they looked really bad, you know? There was one game they looked good in, and that was the game they beat Rogue the first time around. They looked good when they beat Rogue the first time around, and then there was the Cloud9 game where Perks didn't TP back on Rise, and then Cloud9 ended up losing that game. So after that, you're thinking like, wait a minute, FPX aren't really playing that good. Because Damwon smacked them around. They had a really, really close game against Cloud9, and they realistically should have lost to Cloud9, right? And then they had a good game against Rogue. And then when they all played on the same day, so we know who advances out of the group stage, you have FPX. The one game they looked good again was against Rogue, right? Because against Rogue, they were Rogue were doing a Baron bluff, right? So they're doing a Baron bluff where Rogue thought, hey, we could bluff Baron take it and then recall fast enough because their comp had enough their comp had enough high damage to take Baron at that point in the game. It was like 35 minutes in, right? FPX calls their bluffs and then runs down mid lane, takes a mid turret, then a mid inhibitor, and then they don't watch their flank wards, and then ends up getting aced. And then after that, Otawamne, correct me if I'm wrong, TP's up to the top lane, and then they just beat FPX. And then at that point, Rogue has a chance now to get out of the group stage, right? And then even before, and like I think it was around that same day when I was watching, Cloud9 just started shitting on FPX, right? Because Blabber played Jin Zhao. He was just popping off on Jin Zhao. Completely different Jin Zhao player than what I got in week 1 when he was playing against Rogue when he was playing Jin Zhao. So, like Naguri, I think he was the standout player for FPX, but
sorry about
there's not much he can do. Like, the only games that FPX looked good in were the games against Rogue. Outside of that, they looked just completely
out of sync.
Disjointed. Yeah, like, that's weird, dude. The only games they looked good in was against Rogue, and that game for week 2, that was winnable. That was winnable for them. And I think if they win that game, it might turn out a bit different, but I don't know. You know?
I would say that I think so. If we're looking at like if we're on group group A. I didn't. By the way, I didn't realize that this guy that he just used the same face for every video.
Oh, he had to start doing it because of I think I forgot which reason he said. He posted on his community tab.
Oh, because I was like, why does he always make the same faces?
He just loops them. It's just so weird. But I kind of mind it. All right, so Group A started out with FPX versus DK. Damwon 3-0. FPX 2-1, despite looking really shaky though. Also, dude, I wanted to ask you as these games are playing. You know, people said the LPL was doing really bad in week 2 because didn't the LPL only get like 3 wins in week 2? They went like a combined 3 and 8 or some shit because all these tiebreaker games and shit.
Yeah, only EDG would perform well.
So what do you think happened with the LPL
RNG.
teams?
I just think his teams caught on. I guess was just challenging them more, skirmishing more, just playing their game instead of trying to play the meta that was being distributed to them. So like today we saw, for instance, we saw
Team Liquid clapping LNG.
Yeah,
like, whoa.
Yeah, they played Trundle, like what was it? Santorin played Trundle 3 games, and then 1 game was in Zhao, and like he played his picks. And
well, it was completely different seeing that because you saw like week 1 where like LNG just bodied them. I was like, what the hell? What kind of Team Liquid am I watching? And they're winning the game. I'm like, good God, like they should be able to get out of the group. If you watch that first Team Liquid versus LNG game, right, you're like, okay, they're getting out. There's a team playing like this good, literally has to get out. Lo and behold, it wasn't their destiny to get out this year again.
I guess 3 million Alfari is not enough.
What else can you do at that point? But
spend 6 million.
With Group A, FPX are getting memed on probably for like, literally the rest of the year, all next year probably.
It happens to the best of us. I mean,
I think you don't want to go rag into them hard because you were like literally choking on Doinby's dick the last show we had.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna do good, but
how does that chow mein feel in your mouth now that they fucking
moist, very moist, and
soggy? Do I need to kiss you to resuscitate it?
I'll piss in your mouth.
Okay. Good God. Oh, do you think Doinby's wife got out the strap on after he lost?
I think she did something involving knee pads.
Dude, I can't believe Cloud9 got out either. I woke up and I saw them beat Rogue. I was like, wait, 2018 vibes here? Saw them beat FPX? 2018 vibes? I was like, okay, there we go. Like, if they had beat Damwon, they would have automatically gotten out at that game, but that game was weird. Damwon picked Kassadin. It's hard to say if Damwon was really trying that game, but, we'll never know, right? So, what do you want to say about Cloud9? Because Cloud9 are looking like some dog shit in week 1. They're like bad. They had the one good game against FPX, though, and Perk's through that game.
I think Blabber, is still gonna be. Blabber's like, yes, maybe Jack won't get rid of me now. We got out to.
Remember that tweet he had? He said, "Where are the haters at now?" I was like, "Blabber, come on, like, come on, man." I'm just saying, dude. Man's been playing bad like for 3 months straight. He had a good week too. Don't get me wrong, but you know, I want to see that Blabber more consistently. If we have that Blabber more consistently, and if we get that kind of Blabber during, the quarterfinal match against Gen G, yeah, for sure Cloud9 could beat them. Because people say Perks and Blabber have bad synergy. No, Clint and BDD have no synergy. Like, they literally, like, you do your own thing, I do my thing. That's it. That's what Gen G is.
Right? And I think Rascal made a big difference today.
Yeah, like, that was the confusing thing is, like, why are they playing this other guy? I don't know. But it was cool to see Khan go 6-0 again. He's the only player to go 6-0 twice at Worlds ever. And he also got a pentakill. Like, Khan's been playing really well. Now, so do you think the meta is qualifying for teams to fucking play through top lane more? Because even TF came out more. Because I think Cloud9 were talking about we didn't really think TF was that good. And they started playing TF and started winning a lot of their games, actually.
See, that's again, I don't know why NA doesn't play NA style. Like, if TF is your pick, like, remember in the playoffs where TF was, like, the most contested pick
for sure.
In LCS, like, play your style. Try not, like, if you can play LeBlanc, play LeBlanc. But if you're a good TF, because we saw how Jensen was, like, getting pick after pick.
Jensen popped up with Worlds a lot, actually.
Yeah, Coffee Cup Jensen, that's what I call him, because every time he has a coffee cup, he just pops off, so.
Like, but I know you're an LPL fan, so seeing them, like, fail this hard in week 2 must have been like, the fuck am I even watching?
Part of me wishes that, like, WE and
Rare Adam
was.
No. No. Oh, you crazy?
Well, why is your face looking like you just took a dump?
I don't. Man, if EDG and
doesn't
RNG...
wait before you continue that sentence, doesn't Trimby look like a supervillain? Like from James Bond or something.
He looks like the villain in James Bond from this movie, the guy that fucking died in that fucking police holding cell.
So this is what started off today. See, and like, why wasn't this is what seemed like this is how. This is at first I'm like, oh, and he's not gonna get out. Like,
and like they're picking Lilia. I haven't seen Lilia played all tournament unless it got played in the playing stage. I don't know I don't know what that was. You know how Blabber ran into their jungle last time and inted on them? Inspired's like, I can do you one better. I can just run into. Blabber's like, hey, I can end as hard as you can, and Inspired's like, I for sure can too. Well, but yeah, let's talk about Rogue. So Rogue season is over. So is there anything you want to say about Rogue actually?
Yeah, I think Trimby and Hans. I think Trimby, Larson, and Inspired stay. I think Hans Sama and Odawam they leave.
Yeah, because they've already contracted Inspired and Larson through 2023. Hans Sama, people were like, oh yeah, he could be going to G2. Hans Sama played really well this Worlds. It was like, oh man, seeing this guy pop off every single game essentially was just, even in the games they lost, he looked great. So you're thinking like, okay, could G2 pick this guy up, in the offseason actually? You think they'll make an offer for this guy? Because he proved he is an AD carry you do not want to mess with.
I think G2 has a lot of roster. So right now, I think it's probably it's gonna probably be Broken. Broken Blade is rumored already, so we know it's Broken Blade, Yankos, and Caps. So already that's looking pretty good. So who do you get for support? I honestly,
I don't think that gives Trimpy another year. He didn't play abysmal.
Yeah. I think Trimpy was fine. I think it's just
at Worlds he just kind of kept choking.
Odawamne played pretty bad.
On which games though? Because he played cool on some of them.
So like every game, like every time he had the counter
matchup. The Jace games played pretty bad. Oh my god, that was a big. Oh Lord.
Remember
Oh
when
Lord.
Khan solo killed him with Jax, and then Khan solo killed him as against Jax against Graves, and then Khan solo kills him when he's Graves against Jax with the counter. Like he never won any of the counter matchups. Oruwamne was like H2K Oruwamne, so I don't know.
Like, or dude, Rogue didn't have 5 players. Oruwamne was playing for the other team. That's what he was doing.
he was Finn's brother, probably. I don't know.
It was FPX Oruwamne. That's what he was doing. Holy shit. Well, what's up, Sean? How you doing, man? The TNJ Forgan gave me cerebral palsy. Holy fuck. God damn. I heard Gen G was buying strap-ons. Oh, they were. Oh, you know, they were definitely getting some strap-ons. ZX says, what I don't get is if 2 LPL teams got out, why are they forced to play in the same bracket? Seems kind of dumb. Yeah,
it's because how the groups turned out. Because Hanwha got first, and so did
yeah.
And T1, I think T1 got
T1 got first. Hanwha got second. They had the tiebreaker game.
Right. So there's a way the groups played out, but I agree. I think they need to change that rule that you should not play, despite the turnout. Home regions, same regions should not be playing against each other in the quarters. I can see them meeting up in semis, right? That makes sense.
Semis is fine because it's literally 4 teams at that point, you know?
Right. But in quarters, no.
In quarters, I want to see some variety matches. I want to see some Cloud9 versus T1. I want to see some shit like that. I wouldn't even care if they get knocked out and like getting strap on. I want to see that shit.
I want to see Shocks versus Latyrus.
Okay. So, what do you think about Cloud9? Because you definitely thought you had them like last in the group. I think you had them at.
No, I had them like third. Actually, I said that
third at best.
I said that
they got it. I mean, that's close though.
I said that Rogue needed to do the play-ins. I think Rogue would have benefited a lot from play-ins.
I think Cloud9 did benefit a lot from the play-ins. Every time they went to the play-ins, they have got out and looked much better in week 2.
Right, and remember, Rogue would have been in the play-ins too, but because of the Vietnam teams not participating, they went straight. And I think they would have got out like the stage jitters. They would have figured out their drafts.
Because remember, the time they beat Cloud9 in week 1, Cloud9 literally ran into them and into it hard as balls. They literally ran into them and died. I was sitting there going like, okay, Rogue is not that good. Until week 2, Rogue actually started turning on. And that's the thing is, do you think Larson and Aspire are chokers? Because, well, I'll ask you this. Do you think Larson played well, at the event? You don't think he played well? Oh, remember that stopwatch he did? Oh, Lord.
Let's see if Onivia does the right face at the right time for it. Because
remember that? I swear, one of the games, he, TP'd his Rise and stopwatched immediately. And remember there was a game against Rogue where fucking Perks, LeBlanc W'd over and then W'd back and just killed himself? I was like, what the fuck is this? But luckily, they got out of the group. Luckily. I don't know if I call Larson or Inspired chokers. I think Larson looked better than
I think Oruwamne choked the most. I'm sorry.
Larson carried some games. So did Inspired.
I'm sorry, Oruwamne choked the hardest, man. He didn't. I felt like he was a cannon minion. I don't know what he was doing.
Oh shit! I just really don't know what is the overall goal of what Rogue were trying to really do. Because it felt like they drafted compositions that Rogue would draft because Rogue notoriously are known for their really good early game, right? And they didn't really snowball a lot of their early games. I don't think, did they even win an early game ever?
I don't know.
They won 1. That was in the FPX tiebreaker. They had an actual early game lead in that game. But what do you think else about Rogue now that they're done?
They better get some knee pads.
All right.
Okay. No, okay.
Some great analysis ones getting out tonight.
Okay, so I think what happened is that, for instance, it's I think the problem is, one, I never liked the J4. First, I'm going to tell you this. I believe that NA and EU should never touch Jace. Don't touch that champion unless you're Korean or Chinese. Please, don't do it. Stop it. Every time they do it, they lose.
What was that? stop it and get some help.
Like, stop it and get some help. Like, I would have preferred. I don't understand why they didn't put Alfari on Gangplank. Like, he's so good on Gangplank, and like I think he would have.
Is Gangplank even good this meta for this kind of world?
It would have been a global.
True. Did you like the Graves top? Oh, okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Did you like
yeah.
Graves? Like, why was Graves tops a thing? I didn't mind Graves top.
Because of the armor and the range and the stacking, and you get a lot of burst from the R. It's just, and he's an AD pick, and it's really safe to play Graves. Like, you don't even, honestly, you don't need flash on Graves. Graves is like an ignite TP type of champion. And it's one of those things I saw slowly creep up even before World, and I'm like, oh no, please don't tell me Graves top. But I don't think we're gonna see much of it. I think we're gonna see a lot more Gwen. We're gonna see Camille. We saw Jax. We saw a pretty good. There's a good variety in the top lane. Actually, we saw some Set. We saw Renekton. We saw Jace. We saw Aurelia.
Yeah. Was just seeing Blabber get this triple kill was he was like, okay, Blabber is now activated. Now, Vulcan played better in week 2 as well. Sven and Vulcan both played better, but the thing is, when teams have these miracle runs, I do feel like a lot of fans forget how bad they played previously to get into the position they were actually in before. Like what Sven just did right there.
Yes. I still didn't like Sven this week. Vulcan did, turned his brain on again.
Finally, like Cloud9 literally pretty much had like the best bot lane for a while in like LCS, and then they just started just completely playing like CLG's bot lane with Wild Turtle and Smoothie. It's like they had possessed their spirits or some shit,
Yeah, I don't know if YouTube like hid this stream, but I was waiting for it, but I never got the notification.
YouTube's been hating both channels, just like you said. I have things set, and then they don't give out notifications. That's crazy.
Yeah, so let's go over this game, please. Go over this J4 game.
Oh, the J4 game he had?
Yeah, especially the one later on beside the Dragon where he like got froze or something and then he like fucking went forward into all 5 of them on Cloud9. Please look at that clip.
What do you think was like FPX's problems? Because the guy Sean was DMing me as FPX were playing bad. He's like, this team is trash. I was like, holy.
The problem is, China being such bitches with, people making mistakes with gambling and blasting Bo from the league now and not putting him over dog shit TN. That's the problem. And then, making the roster announcements before that, shaked up. Probably didn't play as good because of them. They're like, oh shit, this is our last time on FPX.
My issue here with FPX is, their biggest strength is mid-jungle, right? Their mid-jungle would, like, normally outmuscle all the other mid-jungles in their league, right? So you'd think going into Worlds against, like, if you're in a group stage against weaker mid-jungles, that'd be a good thing. They didn't even have good synergy. They were doing all bunch of horrible, random shit. I was like, what is FPX doing?
Yeah,
their strength is mid-jungle.
Tian is just trash. Fuck.
Yeah.
And they drafted horribly. Fuck, they like counter-picked themselves every draft.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Look at that play. Look at that play. What the fuck was that?
I think that was tilt, man. That's what I think.
That's not tilt. That's Doinby's wife is getting the strap on for all of them. Holy shit. Okay. What did you think about Rogue, actually? Do you think Rogue was as good as people made him out to be? I thought they played fine in week 2. They turned it on at the right moment, but it was just Oda Wamne played so bad in week 2. It was just like, fuck. Like, they can't get out with it. It's just too heavy, man. He's just too heavy to carry. What can you do?
Just as solid as Matt on a good day. If they were put in Group D, they would actually have a good chance of getting out, possibly.
They might have got out in Group D, actually.
Yeah, and they also all these teams besides DK just drafted pretty poorly. Like, fuck. What Oda Wamne, I don't think he actually played poorly at all this tournament. He just made garbage picks in drafts. If anything, Larson did. He did nothing with the Rise picks at all.
Do you guys think that Rise has been a fail pick for most of the world so far?
No. In some players' hands, but no, it's LeBlanc and TF were the picks, honestly.
Yeah, not when
I
you
like
use
how-
them properly. The failed ones are fucking Kaisa and Rel.
I like how Perks is 0012.
Yeah, 0014 when this game ends.
Because I remember he said, we didn't think TF was that good. We started picking it and started winning. Yeah, you're picking good chance, make you win. That's what I heard, you know? I don't know, but I heard that. But no, it was good seeing Cloud9 beat FPX and then beat Rogue. Now, what do you think about the Damn One game? Do you think that was winnable? When Cloud9 faced Damn One?
Maybe, but I think C9 kind of put themselves in a corner with the
Do
draft.
you think it was the Kassadin pick? Because people kept saying it was a Kassadin pick that screwed them over. I was like, I don't think so. You can shut on Kassadin pretty early.
Kind of was. I honestly think they. However, I really think it was kind of like, I don't know. Like, it seems like every time Cloud9 they like ban out all these champions, but like the one champion in the meta that can 1v9 the whole team in the late game, which are gonna go into the late game because it's Cloud9. That's the only way Cloud9 can lose, and it's like with the best mid laner in the world, and that's the time they don't ban it out.
This was the game against Rogue that completely destroyed their mentality. This game was winnable. This was like their, like I said before, the best games that FPX played were against Rogue. Like this was a winnable game. Rogue bluffed at Baron. FPX called their bluff, went further deep into their base. Rogue flanked them, and they won. I'm like, how do you fall for that? They completely fell for that. I'm like, what are you doing? That obviously is a bluff. They didn't even get Baron. They TP'd in later on and won.
It was like having surprise sex.
Oh, Lord. Okay. Cut the mic, please.
God. No, I don't think the DK game was winnable unless DK lost their brains, like fucking LNG today with that mad game. They should have went through.
Oh, Lord.
They played like they had fucking autism.
Do you know what tilted me when I watched the rebroadcast for today's games? Was I saw Ale play up against that Genji backup top laner, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and getting literally butt-fucked. Literally just completely destroyed, actually murdered.
I think Ale was the best. Like, I think I wouldn't be surprised if a team picks up Ale from like LPL or China or LCK. That guy,
Ale is really good. Hey man,
he's really good.
FPX Ale, eh?
Yeah. It was good, but like it's like he had a 6-second memory there. They like went up there like 7 times, and he just kept falling. Like that's what EU teams do when they're like in desperation. All right, so I thought, okay, LNG, just gonna make take care of them. Nope, they just fell for it every holy fuck and just let them catch up.
Yeah, there was a part in one of the
games. Icon played really bad, man. He played really bad in 2 games.
That guy's getting kicked.
I wasn't playing it on Owly.
These LPL teams take Worlds. A lot of these teams take Worlds results very seriously, and if you played that bad like he did, you're probably getting removed. That's just how it's gonna be.
Like, how could you lose that game as like, what were they doing? They just did nothing when they had that huge lead.
They ate some microwavable chow mein is what they ate.
Yeah, no. Mad was the worst team in that group, and they made it through. Fuck that.
That is horrible. TL looked way better than Mad.
Yes.
The whole group stage. They clapped Mad the first time they faced them.
Yeah, no. Even if Mad makes semifinals and upsets DK, unless they make finals, then maybe. But even if they make semifinals, NA was still better than EU in 2021. All right, make that official.
I will say that I'm happy Mad got DK because I think they did not deserve to be in quarters. I don't care what anybody tells me. My friend was like, "Man, I want to see a 4-way tie because it's gonna be fun." I'm like, "Hell no! I want to see my team make it out. What the hell? I don't give a shit about no 4-way tie."
I was expecting that, but I really just wanted Cloud9 to be the only Western team.
You know what's crazy is the casters were like, "Oh, Mad have the best team fighting in mid to late game gameplay in this group." I'm like, "Yeah, because LNG just didn't like beat the shit out of them the last time they played, right? What are you talking about, you crackheads? What?" So I think they did get smacked around by Genji a little bit in their first game. That game they played up against Genji in week 1, remember? Like, Genji literally were throwing that game. BDD was trying his damnness to win that game for them. But just, You can't carry Life and Rascal. You can't carry those two. It's so heavy. Holy fuck.
Yeah. I still think EDG and RNG has the best chance of making worlds if Cloud9 or Gen G doesn't upset them, because even though they've been kind of off and DK looks good, I think their play styles actually fits well against DK.
Okay.
Maybe
Now,
T1 though, but
moving away from Cloud9, as a Cloud9 fan, it was so like I almost was in tears seeing their run the whole day, and I was like, I was like, oh my god, we made it. And like I did have my second place getting out, but that was more like fan biasism right there. He said it was more like fan biasism that I had.
Delusion.
yeah.
More, I said Gamma was better than FPX, and hey, they're laying down the Korean chopsticks on them.
I knew they would be more clutch and beat Rogue more times than I said. You know, it would have to be if FPX shits to bed, which was a possibility with Tian, just like with Gen G in 2018 with Crown, and that's what happened. But I didn't expect it, just because I didn't expect Blabber and Perks to get along the same page. Like, holy fuck.
Yeah, because dude, people say fucking Perks and Blabber's bad synergy. No, this not bad synergy. They didn't have good synergy still.
Yeah, they did not. Did you see that fucking Aurelia play? Hope they had done.
All right. You know what's crazy? Fun fact. The last time an NA first seed has ever gone out of groups was TSM back in 2014. Every single year past that, we have never had an NA first seed get out of a group.
Yeah,
it's
because
been
they keep
literally
almost
a decade.
Dog shit TSM, that's why.
TSM
and
was
Team
the only
Liquid.
TSM so far has been the only first seed from NA from 2014 that's ever gone out of groups as a first seed NA team. Every other year, a first seed NA team has never gone out of the group stage. That is ridiculous. All right, so what did you guys think about the day where it was EDG and T1's group? Because that's what this group was, EDG and T1's group.
It was frustrating to see that on the when NA knows that they're out, that's when they start playing like they've been their scrims. Like when they beat EDG, they clapped them, dude. Like they clapped them hard.
Someday was like, what is? I haven't seen this someday like all year.
Oh shit!
I don't know. Maybe.
But I want to ask you guys this.
Yeah.
You know how people like overrated FlyQuest's win last year against TES? It's like, yes, they did win against EDG in pretty dominant fashion, but it's like, what does it really matter though that they did? Because I don't know. It's weird to judge those wins because it doesn't matter, but then you got to go like, okay, they did do it. Like, I don't know how to judge those wins because people were like, oh my god, this should prove that. There's one guy on Twitter, oh my god, I had to go like, you're retarded. That game proves that someday he's a world-class top laner and should deserve his spot on this team. Okay.
Is that guy from Narnia?
Casually just sniffs cocaine?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I'm curious if 100 Thieves is going to keep Tenacity and Kenvi around, or if they're going to give them some other team.
They're probably going to need to let go of someday.
I wanted to ask you guys this too. T1 played Gumayusi. His name.
That's
the right decision.
Gumayusi, yeah, over Teddy. I didn't see Teddy played at all. But I'm like, Gumayusi is a better player. He is the better player, which is crazy. They have two really good ADCs. I
would have played Teddy once against DFM for the world skim, but I don't know why teams forget to do that. But
like, I had T1 getting out as first because, also fun fact, Faker has never gotten anything but first in his group stages. He has never gotten second place. That's also a crazy thing. Faker has never ever gotten anything but first in every group stage he's been a part of. I'm like, they have Faker on their team. It's a done deal. They're getting first. Not only that. It's hard to say. Like when in my pick'ems, I was dancing around EDG being first over T1. It was our decision, but I nearly went down. Okay, I think T1 will be more clutch than EDG, but EDG themselves also play really well. Don't get it twisted. I think EDG also are a strong team. Like Viper and Mako played well as the tournament went on. First few games were looking rough, but they turned it on as the days went by for themselves.
I think this EDG is kind of playing like Samsung Galaxy sort of when they were playing.
What do you think, Warren? You got that fresh LCK cock in your mouth after fighting for EDG that hard?
I mean, EDG still came out first, so I don't care.
You came out second.
No, they came out first.
EDG came out second. Are you on crack?
They went 4-2 after the 100 Thieves lost. T1 went
is
5-1.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Cocaine?
Yeah, The thing is, man,
You mean
like
because of the matchup, or
no, you guys are right. I think the thing is, like, I agree with Mithy, man. Like, best of ones, you can either have a good day or you can have a really, really bad day.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, he's right. No, you're right.
yeah? But do
With-
you mean because of the side of the bracket, because they get RNG and Cloud9 or Genji, and then they have to face DK?
Mhm.
no, I just think the group stage is like the way I would have done the group stage is I would have like had the teams play the groups, and then those teams that got like who came out first, you would have had like the teams that came out first, they're all in the upper bracket, and the teams that came out like third and fourth, they're in the lower bracket, and then if you lost, you would have dropped down to the low.
Remember that?
Like, I really think that's how it should work, because then it makes it more interesting. It's like it's not only just the because what does everybody want? They want more games, right? But then
Yeah.
but there's no lower bracket, like there's no second life you can get. But
Yeah, that's my thing too. Like, if they want to do double elimination, they got to do it at quarterfinals. Because with group stages too much, that'd be like just you'd be here way too long. I think.
I think keep the group stage how it is, but then put instead of so you have your 18, you have the top, right? Those are the teams that are 1 and 2.
Mhm.
Okay, but then you have teams 3 and 4 battle in the bottom, and then if you lose in the top, you go down to the bottom and play there. That gives you your second life, and same thing. So like, let's say, I don't know. Let's use for example.
Yeah, I get what you mean, but then I think if they did that, they would do what they did before, like 2014 and whatever, with the 5 teams in each group.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Have more playing
and the thing
teams
here
in.
is people need to factor this in too. I know this isn't a big thing, but Riot pays for the venue, and the more games you have, the more they get charged for the how long they have it open for the venue.
They
and
have
shit.
millions of viewers watching, man.
Yeah, but it's just something to consider. I just want to make sure I point that out.
You know how many people bought skins? This freaking.
Do you know how many fucking icons I bought? Or emotes? You call them emotes, right? Yeah. Or combination of both.
I bought a combination, but I still need to get
I gotta get a few of them. I like there's some leftover ones I need to get, but this week when I get my debit card back, I'm gonna get the rest of them because I normally have been doing that because this is cool to have all the icons. I don't know, it's just something I like to have. There are a few that I don't buy for teams I just don't care for.
Yeah, right? I don't care about Peace and Hanwha.
Or Galatasaray. I might get the Galatasaray one. That seen that G.
Galatasaray? No, you're stupid.
The logo looks cool.
I wish Supermassive, or I forgot the team name, the one that has Giyu on it. I wish they made it instead.
All right, so let's talk about Detonation Fuck Me and 100 L's. Okay, so Detonation Focus Me went 0-6. I'm pretty sure nobody's surprised about that. Now was this the real group of death? Was this the real group of death here? Because
yes. And I knew it would be every time they advertised it in like Cloud9's group. But besides 2019, which actually had like the 2 best of 1 teams of like old time in a while, this every time it's like they say it just because of their history with some teams like FPX winning Worlds in 2019, but not actually how they're performing, because EDG was like they're not the most flashiest team, but they're performing like 0 mistakes in their games, pretty flawlessly.
They perform
T1,
like TL.
Yes,
like
and then T1 wasn't far off from Dam1 with how they played in LCK in summer. So that was actually the real group of death, in my opinion.
Because the thing here with Detonation Focus Me is like, the people are like, oh my god, they won their group. Guys, that's the thing with best of ones, is you're going to have days where a team like that, who really isn't like that good, could just upset. That's just how the nature of that works. It's not like more like them being good. It's more like that's just the format. That's just how the nature of the best of ones are. So,
yeah, and they only won 2 games out of this first 6. And the NA team's other ones won 3 out of 6. So imagine if they were in that group. Possibly they would get out.
And what do you think about 100 Thieves, though? So 100 Thieves season is over. They are the next first seed of the LCS, not to get out of the group.
I think you get rid of Sunway, but you keep everybody else.
Yeah, I agree, but Abadagi needs, I
think Abadagi is fine. This is his first.
After like the first 2/3 of like the summer split, he kind of was dropping off, and then closer, kind of. went up
So
a
I
few
can't blame.
levels.
The reason why I'm not making excuses, but this is why, like, because people said they really, Papa Smithy said they didn't have enough scrim time with closer because of the visa issues. They barely got scrims and shit. So I can't really blame closer. The person, it's not like blame overall. It'd be like 100 Thieves' playstyle. You would think like this is the innate team to send now as the first seed. They have a really aggressive playstyle. They know how to move around the map. Who he is playing almost as well as Core JJ and Vulcan on like a really, really good day. You thought they would have a really, really good shot at doing well. They had a competitive bot lane, really good mid laner, really good jungler, solid top laner. You think like they get out of the group, you know? But there's a reason why I didn't have them getting out, guys, because they were just worse than the other two teams above them, though. That's out. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
You know,
they were very good considering the circumstances, unlike Team Liquid, who, just should have made it out easily, just like every other year, but they're just choke artists.
dude.
Yeah, 100 Thieves,
They've
I don't
had
blame
hard
at all.
groups. Dude, Team Liquid have had hard groups for like the past 2 years straight, right? And then they finally get a group of life where it's literally you can get out. It's your time to get out. Nope.
No, they've had a group of life. 2018 was pretty easy for them, honestly. 2019.
Oh yeah, you're right. There was 2018. Yeah, you're right.
2019 was pretty easy.
The KT Roaster and EDG, right?
No, but EDG was not good. Really good.
No, you're
that
right.
year.
You're right. But EDG, I don't know. No, you're
Yeah,
right.
they had Ray top line. They had Ray top lane. Fucking that choke artist on Cloud9.
Oh lord,
they were not good that year. Then 2019 was as weak as
Damn one
this
and IG.
Group.
Yeah.
Yes, as weak as this Group D, both Group Ds, and then 2020 was a hard group, but they could have did a 3-way tie if they just didn't lose to that fucking
Machi.
PCS. Yes, so no, they had it 4 times, kind of. No, that's why I didn't want them to make it out, even though they should have, and they played like the best in that group because they're choke artists. They don't deserve it.
And this is my thing here is with the 100 Thieves, like. Because I know there were some fans on their Twitter accounts that were going like, we should be making some changes. We should kick some players. I mean, this is the thing here, guys, is I don't really know. Honestly, I really don't have an answer for you. I really don't. Because do you think, I'll ask you, Sean, do you think FBI and who he played well? Be honest. I don't think they really did.
50-50, kind of. It was mixed, but they played like against the best.
They played against Viper, Mako, Gumayusi, and fucking.
Yeah, that was like the 2 best bot lanes in the world, kind of, aren't they? Like in this tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and that's the thing, though, is, against Danish and Focus Me, yeah, of course they're gonna clap them. But they were also losing the 2v2s as well to them. Like that was a thing,
Yeah, I mean, I just don't. I mean, I'd keep them, but I would having split time with, if you're not going to sell him to a new team, like Luger has been popping off all year in Academy, I would give him some time as well with FBI, and I'd also try to also get another younger support just in case, because he's also old. I would try to get somebody maybe like, if nobody's going to have him as a starting spot next season, even though he should, honestly, I think a top org should actually give him a chance as a starting spot, but if not, then I think they should get like Chime as a backup option. He's really good, but yeah, I just think they should replace Someday. That's about it, I guess. Like, they were very good considering their group and the circumstances. Don't blame them. And at one game to make it 3-3 their record against EDG, at least they can say, hey, we were better than the 3 dog shit EU team, sort of, even though Man made it out. So yeah, we did it for NA.
And that's my thing here, dude, is what do you think about how players look at Someday now? Because Someday, he didn't really have any good games, really, outside of the one where they beat EDG, right?
Yeah, no, he's basically like, he's been for a while basically like a top 4, top 3 top laner in his region, but doesn't pop off anymore. He's just, just solid all around for many years, and then just like Odo Omne this year, and then at Worlds, he's just been kind of regressing a lot, making bad draft picks. Definitely should be replaced, both of them. I still think they should both play at least one more year, but they really should find new teams.
That's it's hard to say with this group because this was a legitimate group of death, because losing one game to any of the teams pretty much just makes or breaks their group, right? So you can't drop any games to Donation Focus Me. So 100 Thieves are like, okay, if we win 2 games against them, that's at 2 wins, but then we have to win at least 1 game off T1 and EDG. That's the thing. And it's like you're pretty much guaranteed to lose to T1 twice. So the only other 2 wins you can get is banking on 2-0ing EDG.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like that is death. Like those are some literal group of dead circumstances right there. It's literally you have to beat either a team you have a good shot at beating, and you have to beat a team that's clearly worse than everyone else in the group.
Yeah.
So
I'm happy. Yeah, I agree. I'm kind of I don't know what their game was like with DFM. That was kind of scary to watch while they were playing like that in the first half.
I don't know. I think
shit.
These groups are just. Yeah. Sometimes I want the wildcard teams to show up, and then they just flounder. Like year before, UOL gets in, they go 0-6, and then DFM goes 0-6. It's funny how like these teams go 0-6, but nobody talks about them. But then TSM goes 0-6. It's.
I think it's a bit different there, Warren. Because remember, you were expecting.
Yes. No, it doesn't matter.
To go bad.
No, it doesn't matter. If a team goes 0-6, team goes 0, no. Here's what I mean.
Okay.
If a team goes 0-6, you're 0-6. It doesn't matter if you're TSM, if you're FPX, if you go 0-6, that is bad gameplay. That's not. You take off the nameplates, and if you took off the nameplates or took off the team labels, and it's just blank names, you're like, that team's bad. 0-6.
It's different when you're first.
That's my hypocrisy. But when I like Clutch Gaming went 0-6, many teams.
But they look competitive in their games. Like the thing here, you got to look at is
Clutch Gaming went competitive in their games in 2018.
Yeah, they were like a minor. You mean 2019? But they were like a minor region. TSM was first seed. I even know they shouldn't have been. They shouldn't have even made Worlds that year. But let's not talk about that.
But they came from the bottom, and they actually was third. They're third. But my point is that's not my point. Like, you guys aren't getting the point. The point is, if a team goes 0-6,
that's on a surface level, though.
That is bad game.
That's bad.
It's just bad gameplay. Like, I call it out too. I said TSM played bad, but it's hypocrisy when you say, "Oh, it's because they're no." That's just bad team play. Like that's because it's 5 players on the same team. Doesn't matter if it's CIS, LJL, LPL, LCK, LCS, LEC. You get my point. You can't just say that.
Like, I get your point, dude. I really do. But you got to look at it this way. You expect that team to be bad. They're not good. That's my thing, though, is the caliber of competition in their group should pretty much signify they're going to go 0-6.
Yeah, but look at when UOL got hyped up and they underperformed.
That doesn't mean they were good.
Yeah,
that doesn't mean they were good.
See, that's what I don't understand. Like,
they're not good.
How does nobody call that out? But that's my thing. Like, I'm not saying TSM should get.
No, you're right.
Get a pass.
One or two.
TSM
ways,
is not. I'm not giving TSM a pass. I don't know if you guys are getting that.
You're basically saying people should call out their 0-6s and meme on them as much as TSM has.
Exactly.
Right?
Like, it's what's like.
Now, I'll say the only my difference is, okay. So let's say this. Do you think Denation Focus Me should have any shot at any universe to get out of that group ever?
Probably not.
Because they're not good. That's the thing. People gotta understand this. Not you. The caliber competition in the group and the caliber of players they are will pretty much always signify how they're going to play out, right? There's a reason why I knew how Albasnox got out of that group, right? Because that was purely a lot of teams, choking around them that year. This is just an example, right? It's the caliber competition, though. I expect that bad team to go that way. That's just me personally. I expect a bad team with bad players to play bad. I guess I guess it's different standards when it plays out for North America because TSM was the first seed, right? And they could have won more games than they did. They shouldn't have went 0-6. So I'm just thinking, in terms of the caliber competition.
And they were literally first seed because they came from the lower bracket and they won.
They made a miracle run, kind of.
They made a miracle run. They're like on paper, like they're really a third.
Why are you guys saying TSM? That year was just Team Bjergsen. That's all.
Well, I think.
You're right. Yeah.
I mean, you're right. But the thing about I think with the minor regions, my problem is they need. I don't know how you make them more competitive. Like
you
PCS,
don't. They're literally just bad.
No,
PCS is different.
PCS is leveled up. Like it used to be one team. It used to be like Flash Wolves and now and PSG. Now Beyond Gaming, if Moan didn't do the betting thing. I think they get out with.
Well, they kind of have been. A lot of minor region teams have been actually getting more even with each other. It's just takes time.
Well, because
It'll improve
it's just
over
the same thing I
time.
explained before. It's the field of competition that they have. It's just okay. So it's just like how you described, Warren, with Unicorns of Love. You know how they dominate, or Sean, you guys have said it too with Unicorns of Love, right?
Yeah.
They dominate because they just have better players than everyone else, right? Quote unquote. I haven't watched the region in too long, but you guys get the premise of what I'm saying.
I know exactly. Yeah.
So
I know exactly.
when you have players like that always dominate and never get challenged, it's kind of hard to go like, okay, are they that good, or a lot of these players just bad? Like, those are things that have to get questioned with these teams, though. And then when they come to Worlds and they play really bad, well, I kind of expect that because the field of competition for them is just so much worse than everyone else. It's like, how can they improve, though? They can't really get better. Now, there are some of the minor region teams that can get scrims with, like, bottom tier LCK teams. But realistically, at the end of the day, how much is that really going to improve them, though? You know? It just sucks based on the circumstances that they're in. That's all I'm trying to say.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Are they truly dog shit? Probably not, but it's like you can tell they're severely worse compared to everybody else, though.
Well, it's just expectations. Like, yeah, we expected them to 0-6 even clutch game, and they kind of played like a minor region
They
team
also had a
that year.
group of death as well. There was no way they were making out of that group.
So they did a very close one
They almost
against
won against
Fnatic.
Fnatic. That was
They
crazy.
should have won it. I wish they did. They did not. Whatever. But so it's
but
just
this group,
expectations. But even though I think 0-6 was the reasonable expectations over TSM that year, I predicted them for that. It's true. I predicted them that. God. But anyway, continue.
No, you're fine. You're fine. So what do you guys think about this day? Fnatic. Upset and lost their brains.
Well, apparently Bippo had some drama with his girlfriend.
That's another excuse he's gonna give?
Lost his girlfriend buff. Fuck. He lost his buff.
He lost his buff?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
What other excuses is this man going to be given? But to be fair, he played the best out of all his teammates anyway. I'm not truly going to like rag on him. You
can't blame Beam. All right.
I think they make some changes though next year though.
Oh, they're not running the same roster back. No way. They run Hillsang because he's contracted. They run Upset. They might run Niski because I don't know what's happened with Niski this Worlds, man. He didn't look that good, man. I don't know. Where's the Fnatic game? I'm trying to find it down here somewhere. I think it's right here.
Amazing regional player, but
Oh, this is when Adam played Jace and he could not understand how to play weak side and just kept getting picked off.
But you can't play weak side.
Yeah, that's what I was like. No, the casters were right. Like, why was he playing Jace weak side? What?
Sorry, I don't get the hype with Adam. Like, they just subbed Adam in, because they needed a top laner. They just picked the...
No, you're right. They paid money for this guy. Legitimately, a lot of money for this guy.
Yeah, no, they just picked at the moment, the best, young up-and-coming top laner from the minor leagues, but that doesn't mean he's great or has much of a ceiling because the EU tops aren't very good in this region.
Fnatic Wonder?
Ugh.
Oh, I mean, it's so weird because Upset had worse stats than wildcard top laners that have already been eliminated. So you get the fact of how bad he's been playing. Adam had worse stats than players who have already been eliminated and top laners who are already out of the tournament. You have to factor in how bad a player has to be playing to get that. And I'm not a guy that says stats are everything, but it was shown in his gameplay he was playing bad. Did his gameplay not show he was playing poorly?
Listen, I think they might keep the same ones because they'll keep Whippo around, won't they? They're
always going to keep that guy. That guy will go mid lane eventually when Niski leaves, dude. That guy's never leaving Fnatic.
Yeah, he's great, but he's not as amazing as people say, but they're just keeping him around because of character and being a franchise player. But they'll keep Upset around. They'll keep Hillsang around.
I think Bippo's leaving, man. I think Bippo's leaving. He's probably going to go to the...
You think he got mentally tilted after the whole Upset thing?
Let's go. I'm all for SK Bippo. So.
Okay, he won't. That's like just career suicide right there.
I'd be surprised with that. I see him honestly being a franchise player for a while, like Sneaky, but okay. But I think Adam. They'll say, okay, well, rookies, so we'll give him another year.
I think it was his champion pool too. Adam's champion pool is not like he's running Olaf and Set, which Set's not bad, but like he just didn't play him well in the fights, and I was like, I don't know, like he needed to play like more Jax and Gwen and
I don't know. He
Ken.
in the region in EU he only showed Renekton, Olaf, Darius, and
Camille.
Set. And Camille. Yeah, like
I mean,
to
that's
be
all
fair,
the EU tops. Come on,
and he
fucking
played and Cho'Gath.
Oh, like where was his Cho'Gath? Where was Darius? Where's Cho'Gath? This man was just it's hard to say though, because people are gonna give him the excuse, oh, it's his first Worlds, he's just choked. There was this game against Hama Life where they were in a position to win this game. If they win this game, the fate's in their hands to get out. This game, if they had won this game, it might have turned out for them differently. Who knows? They still would have lost to PSG Talent, so probably not. But man, beating Hama Life would have probably gave them
I honestly think
mental boost.
I think there was I think there was 2 games. I think Fnatic should have gone 3-3, to be quite honest with you. Because there were like 2 games that were winnable, like legitimately winnable. One in this week and one last week that they should have won. Now, I don't know if that changes anything, but I think I'm not saying they get out the group, but they should have been 3-3. I don't know if they had mental fatigue during the game.
Oh yeah, they should have been, but I'm glad they didn't, and that's as a Fnatic fan.
Like, look at how good they're playing against this team. They're making a lot of proactive plays. Yeah. They're getting work done around the map. Their waves are pushing into the right places. They're getting dragons. I was watching this game live because I woke up to go to work. I was like, oh, they got a win. Played it. Oh, yeah, black guys work. I don't know about you, but this is
yeah, but the champion pool thing, like, name like, besides maybe Huron and, like, Broken Blade, like, I honestly, like, almost every EU top has kind of a limited champion pool right now.
No, Bippo doesn't play. Well,
Wonder does.
Wonder does not. What are you talking about?
Come on, it sort of does.
Wonder played Pike one time. What are you talking about? Wonder can play a lot of chances.
If you want to say Broken Blade was one-dimensional, I'll say that. Broken Blade's pretty one-dimensional.
No, he
Wonder
has
can play a lot, but he kind of hasn't. He's just been this year.
Yeah.
No, this year he's been garbage, but Wonder has a wide champion pool.
Odoramne is
like a Kennen, a Gnar, and a
Perma player. Armut's literally just a Wukong one trick.
And now Adam, great.
And that's my thing here. So I want to ask you guys, what do you guys think about Chovy? Because this man's been secretly popping off every single game.
He's gonna be Faker.
Yeah.
Now, what if Hama Life make a run to the finals?
No, that's not gonna happen.
If Han will win Worlds, you know how much LS will orgasm on screen?
I almost had a heart attack seeing a team with Morgan having first seed. Imagine Morgan and fucking Morgan, world champion.
World champion Morgan.
I wish they kept Arthur as well. That would have been hilarious. And a fucking jungler from OCE as well.
Like, I would be really happy if Hama Life made a miracle run and Def got his first world championship. Chovy got his, but Willer as the world champion, Morgan as a world champion. I don't know about that.
I mean, Willer
was getting gapped by Bwippo, man.
He's been getting gapped in the jungle, but he isn't a bad player mechanically.
He's not a truly bad player, though.
When you spread, you spread.
He's a worse owner, whatever. How do you pronounce his name?
Owner.
Yeah, he's like a bootleg owner.
Guys, I'm calling it right now. It's gonna be RNG and SKT Worlds Final.
A man can only dream.
I hope it's Cloud9 T1. That's my dream.
Okay, can you kick this man out?
No, I'm not saying it will happen, but that's my dream. That's what I was hoping coming into this.
You gotta get some help, man.
I need my hopium. Come on. I'm glad that Kana played amazing because I want him to stay on T1 even with them having Zeus because I like Kana.
So my thing here is, okay, so Fnatic season is over. It's done. They are out of group stage. Not a thing you'd be saying for Fnatic.
Yeah, good grief.
Good grief. Yeah, like, they were doomed from the start. I'm just being honest here. Like, it also didn't help that their players played like dog shit in some of the games too. Why? This tilted the fuck out of me. Why? There was one of the players being got in front of the LeBlanc. Without
He's
saying
a
it's the
rookie.
Hussein. No, dude, that's come on. You don't do that's basic shit.
You're Braun. Shut up.
Oh my lord, this man's over here just giving excuses because it's
listen.
me supports.
Listen, Bean got a Worlds win at the same time as Vulcan, alright? Alright, Bean, let's see, who has not won a Worlds game?
Shit.
Oh yeah, upset.
Broken Blade's never won a Worlds game.
Oh yeah, fuck.
Oh, shit.
Jesus.
And now we have today's games. We'll go over them in just a moment. Today's games, I was pretty much still catching up on, so bear with me there. What did you guys think about TL? There was a 4-way tiebreaker.
Next.
Yeah, saw that coming. I did
So what's
say
the
I
game
wouldn't
you
be
want to look at, Sean?
surprised.
The
Wouldn't be
Team Liquid game?
surprised if there was a tiebreaker said.
So
but
what's the game you want to look at?
What game?
It was the LNG game? Right?
Yeah, I just wanna that I forgot the people you used to have on this show, and they said like I'm never seen like a Rogue Warriors versus whoever game again in LPL
Oh
after
yeah, it's
this
me.
one game.
I would never watch Rogue Warriors ever again. That was no more.
Yeah, it was Rogue Warriors versus someone LGD or whatever.
They were winning, and then just literally started eating dirty chow mein and started sniffing crack.
If they ever meet each other again, somehow I'm not watching an LNG versus Mad game again after their tiebreaker game. Fuck that.
What happened to this game, Sean, that broke you? What happened? How did they break you?
Just need to watch it fully to understand.
Sean, how did they break you? How did Mad Lion find a way to
this is
make
just
sure
like
you almost off yourself?
It's literally like letting a bunch of Make-A-Wish children play. Holy fuck. Just running around. Like, hey, you get a kill. You get a kill. Like, it wasn't even G2 perks, like, entertaining. Just Clown Fiesta. It was just like, what the fuck is this?
So you're basically saying that for Mad or both teams?
Both teams are both.
Nah, man. No, I'm sorry. LNG was better. Just Icon. Icon was the guy that was dragging down LNG. Honestly, like Tarzan played fun. You love to
put the blame on one person, don't you?
Because he was dog shit. He was dog shit. He really was. Like even Sean agrees.
Yes,
Icon was dog shit.
How did they lose that lead still?
Because
they just kept going up to the top.
Come on, Sean.
lane.
Sean, you saw how many TPs and dumb plays he literally fed on Aurelia like 4 times to get them in the game. Like and even though they went up 7 times, out of those 7 times, at least 5 of those times, Ale got a kill back, or even 2.
Oh, so, I know, which is why I'm wondering how they came back. And this is what EU teams do when they're so desperate.
It's because Icon didn't take over the game, man. Like you need a strong mid laner.
No, it's like they didn't try. It's like they didn't try the fucking snowball at all.
That's my thing here with like when I was watching this group, you're genuinely thinking, okay, Genji's play style can pretty much get them first place. That's why I had them at first place because they have a consistent play style that'll work against teams like this, right? Yep. Outside of them, I mean, LNG should have gone out. I'm sitting there going like, how did they not make it out?
Yeah, I really wish they would have. No EU team deserved to make it out, especially not Mad.
Especially not them.
Yeah.
They were looking like some boosted animals out there, looking like sad lions. Holy shit.
Yeah.
So what's the part? I'm probably fast forward some of the game here, but like, so you're saying that LNG? Okay, it showed that they were winning. Okay. No problem. So that's my thing here is, how do you guys feel about the group stage overall for this world so far?
It was the most fun. I mean, considering how Fiesta it became, it was the group. I told you that this group could be decided by any team. I literally said that before I picked. That this is the group of life. I literally said that to you, and you were like,
"Oh yeah, well, I'm sure most people figured that." Yeah, I said I would not be surprised if all teams tied 3-3 by the end.
One of the likely chances of that, all teams just tying.
Yeah, they're so even with each other, kind of, with their mistakes and everything.
Team Liquid were still scarred from 100 Thieves just butt-fucking them. They just turned off their brains in the last game against
I
Genji.
feel really bad for Jensen and Core JJ, but, you know, this I do not feel sorry for Team Liquid. They deserve all this shit with all their group of lives.
How do you think I feel about Ale? I feel bad for that dude. That guy popped off this entire from playing. So
that guy
he
was
popped
basically
up.
the Chovy of his fucking group.
Bro,
That guy was just popping off.
This guy was popping off on every pick. Like the escapes this man made on Jax, the escapes he made, the plays
That
he
Fiora
made.
gameplay today was just
no, he
beautiful.
was fantastic. Yeah.
Like that man deserves to be the franchise player for LNG because I'm sure he's got some craters on his back because it was heavy. Like I don't know what
he was
I think
literally carrying walking corpses is what he was carrying today. Holy shit!
No,
but yeah, that's it, guys.
I'm saying,
LNG's
is there
out.
any other org that he would maybe want to go to instead of LNG?
FPX.
That's what I was thinking of, but I don't know after like all the issues. I don't know.
Nah, I would want him to go on Rare Atom and play with Fofo.
That'd be not bad though. Fofo's not a bad mid laner either. He's always been
pretty damn good actually.
What team is PP going on right now?
Oh, he was on Victory 5, right?
He was on.
Thought he left though. Victory 5.
I forgot, dude.
I think he's on LGD.
Oh yeah, with Shadow.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh
like,
yeah, Shadow.
Yeah, people on this show before that now they said that they wouldn't take Shadow in LCS on a team like Golden Guardians over some of the dog shit junglers we had just because of his poor Worlds performance, despite being one of the better junglers in EU in summer, just because of recency bias. And then he goes to China.
Bitch. So I wanted to ask you guys. Okay, Team Liquid is out. Their season is over. So. You know, Steve spent the big bucks to get Alfari. He spent decent amount of money for Santorin because we know Santorin's contract is high, despite for no reason whatsoever. I don't think he should command a high contract.
No.
How coin flip that guy is.
Listen to me. I'm calling it right now. TL closer, for sure.
Do we think TL is going to make changes? I mean, Steve always makes changes.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Steve always makes changes.
I'm telling you, TL closer.
Do you think that's the only change they make?
Core JJ retires.
Or Tactical gets kicked for reckless?
No. I think Core JJ retires. He's been playing a long time, dude.
Yeah, I think he still has it in him, though.
No,
it depends if he wants to.
I mean, maybe.
If he wants to, like he has the skill there. Like, yeah, he's old. He's been playing a while, but he still has it. Definitely, he's like Afro Moo.
I mean, if his wife, decides to get some knee pads, that can get you motivated again.
This man is sniffing glue.
Fuck's sake!
God, man, he's Warren loves that Gorilla Glue he sniffs.
I said
still
knee
can
pads,
keep playing, but
you can do Pilates with knee pads. You guys are making the assumptions, not me.
My thing with Team Liquid is it's not like they got gapped in a lot of the games. There was that one game against LNG where they got completely destroyed. Most of the games they looked competitive in. That's the thing, is this group was pretty much anything goes. That's the thing with this group. On any given good day, any team could get out. Is that really cause for concern to change the roster, though?
I think Santorin just was not like.
But he impacted Santorin played.
Honestly,
a lot of
I'm not even gonna lie. I would want to have seen how Armeo did. I really would have liked to see.
Yeah. Well, in spring and
I'm going to the bathroom. I'm still here, you guys. You guys keep talking, okay?
Okay. Well, at the spring and the first part of summer, sure, but near the end he was just kind of bad. So I don't know. He's a good He's a perfect substitute guy, but I wouldn't start him over Santorin still. Before playoffs started in summer, I would agree with you, but Santorin kind of proved himself. I think he didn't play bad at Worlds.
He went 3-0 in the LCS finals, man. How's that proving yourself? And
the series against 100 Thieves, wasn't it?
Yeah, remember in the spring split, they went the full 5 games with Armeo as their sub.
Yeah, but that was mostly fucking Cloud9. Honestly, they should have. Trying to remember what those games were like.
That was the Silas best of 5, right? Where
honestly, that Cloud9 was just.
Yeah, I don't know. Cloud9,
it was own fault that they
took the whole day to ramp up in that best of 5. I'm like, wait, they literally beat TL the week before, and they're struggling against this sub jungler one. That's kind of weird. weird.
It was their own fault. It went
But,
to 5, honestly.
This is my thing. Steve always makes changes though. Now I don't know who he gets rid of. I think Tactical and Santorin are out. That's what I would personally say.
Yeah, now get that fucker out of here, Tactical. Holy fucking shit. Go get Luger from 100 Thieves, please.
No, that's like how get like Doggo or something.
Doggo's not going.
How would you communicate with him? How are you going to talk to that guy?
Go get Reckless or something.
Sign language.
Oh my god, Jesus Christ!
Fortune cookies.
Fortune cookies. Holy shit!
Holy fuck!
But that's my thing here is TL didn't have a bad showing at Worlds though, but Steve would make changes because they didn't get out of the group stage. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And Santorin only signed a year extension actually, so they could easily replace him because he only signed for a year. Tactical's been here ever since 2019. Yeah, he's definitely going to be off the team.
It could be anyone, honestly. I don't
think Jensen's leaving though. Jensen signed the extension though for a lot of money. I think he's staying. I think Jensen stays.
He's the most likely to stay, but even then, there could be an argument to made time to move on from him, even though he's been playing good.
Nah, I like Coffee Cup Jensen. What are you talking about?
Oh my goodness.
No, I like Jensen there, but
I like Jensen too. But it's like, would you? The problem here is if you replace a player like Jensen, who do you get better than him? Unless they get
Nemesis.
Okay, that's just a downgrade of every single metric. Fuck no.
Yeah, so there isn't really any. Yeah, so I would just keep Jensen, but Yeah, so he's most likely to stay, but Tactical definitely gone.
Tactical and Santorin, I think, are definitely gone.
All of the other three, though, including Santorin, though, honestly, you can make an argument for all three of them.
Alfari, Jensen, and Core JJ, I think stay. I think it's between Jungle because of his 1-year contract, and I think Tactical's gone. They could get a better ADC than Tactical. I know they can. Yeah, Tactical looked good, and then he just started losing his brain. His brain literally started turning off.
Yeah, but that was in his first split of the LCS that he was good. It was the whole year he was just shit. But no, the thing is,
recently started playing bad too. It was like, what's happened to this guy?
Yeah, well, it was the whole year, honestly. But no, because Alfari issues with him, so was getting rid of Jack enough to keep him around, or do you think he would want to leave? That's the thing. And then Santorin, you can make an argument of staying or leaving. That's just as good. Same with Core JJ, because he's still excellent support, but maybe there's somebody younger, more mechanically still that they would want to get.
That's the thing, though, is if there's no actual reason to replace Core JJ, there's just no reason to do it. Because inherently doing that is going to make another team a lot stronger by doing that. But
Mortals, sure.
Oh no, that's like career suicide right there. You know that's a bad thing, is doing career suicide. So this is how I will say this actually. All right, so now it's time to predict our quarterfinals because I will be seeing you guys next Monday or Tuesday when we do another show. So it's time to lock it in. Lock in these predictions, boys.
Okay.
It's starting on Friday, right? Friday. What's the first game? Is this how the games are going? Bam, 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 right there. I think that's it, right?
I think so.
Hold on. Let me bring up the actual. Let me go to the other page.
Go to the main page.
Main event, new to the league, match history.
Yeah, there's Korean fans online who they are still holding that grudge of 2018 with C9.
What if, dude? The crazy thing I had, it was already crazy. Cloud9 made the semifinals at Worlds 2018. Now imagine if they do it again. That'd be like fuck. And what if they actually make the finals? What if Cloud9 make the miracle runs to the finals?
It's possible. It's just
it's possible with this side of the bracket, but they have to focus on one step at a time. Because there might be, I'm not sure they're going to go overconfident, but I think people are writing it a little too quickly right now.
Yeah, they're writing it too quickly because they're thinking of 2018,
Fnatic. Fnatic had this.
Yeah,
Fnatic was actually decently good.
Well, and Cloud9 when they made semis and could have if they didn't play shit all week before their match with Fnatic.
Yeah, when Reaper didn't draft his Chow Mein drafts, fucking
Echo top
and
they're
shit.
fucking Echo
top. Did you have that for lunch today?
Echo top.
Echo top against Victor.
Yeah, but the thing is,
Disgusting.
they're like, okay, so and this Cloud9's better on paper, so this will be like no, because no, they're
No, because literally Reckless and Hellsing are better than Sneaking Zazel by a massive margin. It was so fucking
and just in
big.
2018 they were actually playing amazingly as a team together, and their
My
perfect
friend
meta.
still goes like, how did you predict Cloud9? This man predicted Cloud9 to get World Semifinals. I'm like, well, they looked good. I wasn't just fan bias. They legitimately did look good.
You know, I knew they would beat Afrika. They were shit.
Yeah, Afrika were not that good. Afrika were bad. I'm hold on, guys. I'm just trying to see. What
I predicted semis.
It's called the schedule.
There we go. Yeah, right. The Leaguepedia just had it flipped around. All right, so Friday, who you got? 3-0. There you go. 3-0 T1 make it to semis.
3-2 Hanwha.
3. Wait, what?
Just keep going, Sean. Just keep.
What the fuck? I'm
3-2 Hanwha. You got, and when it happens, I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna laugh at you guys.
Oh yeah, were you laughing when the LPL got their shit caved in? You were pretty quiet all stream tonight.
Wait, 2 teams still made it.
By luck.
I would say 3-1 because there might be one game where they'll coin flip it a bit and then Hanwha will take advantage, but then I'll remember Hanwha will just choke with their shitty roster besides Chovy, so 3-0.
3-2.
T1 3-0. Warren has Hanwha 3-2, and Sean has T1 3-0. All right, Saturday. Now this is probably the most interesting of them, and also probably the most banger of them.
RNG 3-2. 3-1, sorry.
You think EDG make their first semifinals?
No, RNG 3-1.
I think RNG are the better team.
I actually agree with that. 3-1 RNG because
3-1 RNG. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
3-1 Mad. Not Mad. Oh my god. 3-1 Damwon.
3-0 Damwon. Sorry.
I think Mad will get a game.
No, they won't.
They'll get a game possibly.
They'll get a game.
They'll get one.
3-0.
They'll get one game.
Yeah, not because Mad will do anything for that one game, just because they'll get a game that happens with every EU team. They'll get
they
one.
might get a better draft. Damwon 3-1 for Mad. Sean, same way. Damwon 3-1.
Yeah, like sir, every EU team in the top 8 gets one game somehow.
And then we have Gen G, my team,
Cloud9.
Cloud9
3-1.
3-2.
Cloud9 3-2. I'll say
Cloud9
3-1.
3-1.
3-1? Okay.
Yeah, I had a heart disease, I think, during that Group A thing with Cloud9, though. Holy fuck.
Did I watch that all day? That was intense to see.
Yeah, I had to go to, like, the doctor and get some medication after that. Like, I'm not even joking.
Heart palpitations or some shit like that?
Yeah, I'm not even joking. I did, actually. I have, like, some heart issues, so...
Holy crap. Yeah, I think Gen G will put up a better fight this year than they did last year. I'll say 3-2. That's the more safest prediction because I like Gen G are consistent in their gameplay, which might be a problem for Cloud9 to shake that. Mm-hmm. Now, there's a real world they go 3-0. Maybe. I don't know. There's a real
world that Gen G 3-0s because of BDD and Clay just being that much of a difference maker and that together, you know, as on the same page as a team with Blabber and Perk still fucking up and Sven not doing well. Like,
can I lock in my quarterfinal
Fudge will have to, you know, need the big Fudge factor.
Do they have the picks for the quarterfinals yet up? Look how they rearranged my groups. I did not have this shit. Yeah, I had Fnatic getting out of an RNG.
You got Group A. Yeah, you got Group A.
Look how much, dude. I'm like, I had this T1 EDG 100 Thieves Nation fuck me RNG Fnatic Hanwha PSG. This one I had LNG second.
And nice. No, Fnatic first. How generous.
Like, so I did not have this. This is some Donald Trump fake news right here. Why did they just not keep the same teams I locked? Lock in the groups I had.
Is the pick'ems? Did they put the pick'ems out?
They shifted all my shit over. I was like, why? But I thought they had the quarterfinals pickups up. I was like, where's the quarterfinal pick'ems?
Yeah, I am kind of disappointed though that PSG didn't make it out.
Warren, was your crystal ball FPX?
No.
Okay, thank God. My crystal ball is Damwon.
I wish there was a world where Hanwha Life gets first seed just so all the Korean teams do as the meme. and then PSG somehow make it out over RNG.
All right, guys, that's pretty much it. It was great seeing Cloud9 make their miracle run, making top 8. It's a real world where they beat Gen G. I'm saying 3-2. I think there's a real possibility they can beat Gen G. Gen G are a pretty slow team, actually. So, it's very
real possibility, but people are riding it too high because they're just thinking of 2018 and this team being better on paper, not realizing the big difference maker, which was 2018 Cloud9 were really a team on the same page. This one, no. So these other teams can really take advantage of it. I'm not realizing that out of the 6 games, Cloud9 still only won 2 in their group, making it out. Okay. That's not even a full best of 5 fucking win. Holy fuck.
But, and that's my thing here, is when it comes to these home region matches, I would just prefer if Riot fixed the system where you actually, get different variety of matches in worlds. I've seen RNG, EDG all year. I don't gotta see this shit again. I'm fine. Like, I don't think EDG are that much worse than RNG. There's a world where EDG just beat RNG 3-0. There's a world that happens, right? But then again, it's like, there's no exciting matches, though. Like, for the most part, we know how T1 versus Hanwha Life is going to go. We know how that's going to play out. Can Chovy finally win a best of 5 against Faker ever?
Yes.
No, Hanwha Life beat T1 and knock out Faker. Ooh, that's a spicy semifinals if Cloud9 win their matchup too.
It's a possibility. I just don't see it. All I'll say is I think Chovy gonna have to pull out the Kassadin. You're gonna have
Chovy
to
pulling out the Kassadin.
Yeah, Morgan. You might want, maybe they can say that he couldn't make it, but he's playing online at home, having a cardboard cutout of Morgan, and then just sub it in fucking someone else on the keyboard.
So I wanted to ask you guys, anything on Twitter you saw for League that popped off with any controversial opinions with the casters or anything like that?
No,
you guys want to read some cancer? You guys want to read some cancer?
I didn't see much, to be quite honest.
You guys want to see some cancer?
Yeah, I didn't see really much in the other groups after they ended, just for Cloud9. And for Cloud9, I was just looking at, all the tweets of them, making it out, being so hyped. So, no, I didn't see any awful takes personally.
Kobe says, so close yet so far. Still such a good year from NA with C9 through the group of death and both 100th and TL 3-3. If you completely don't watch TL's int against Gen G, sure. But, it was good seeing NA perform good this year. Because, NA gets shit on a lot. So it was good to see them go to the world stage and actually perform good. It was good to see that.
Yeah, no, haters need to shut up now. Even if Mad Lions make semifinals, NA was still better. EU of 2021.
They had better knee pads.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and they talk about even though Mad still made it out at MSI, they're making fun of, Cloud9 and with their issues during that time, missing it over the PCS team, but they're not forgetting that PSG played better than Mad Lions as well. Fuck off.
Yeah.
It's a double standard.
Guy's right.
EU fans always do this.
It's utter BS that Mad gets in simply because they play Gen G second. Tiebreaker procedures are god-awful. Yeah, that's just how that works, man. DK and T1 would probably 3-0 all NA teams, but the others at least looked beatable in group stage. If C9 rolls a Group D first seed or RNG, then honestly, I'd say there's a chance they go semis. We saw how good they could play versus Damwon. The potential is there. I mean, that was months. That's a month. I don't know, man. I don't think Damwon 1 was any way out of control of losing that game, though. Even if Damwon are in losing positions, you still think they're going to win.
Yeah, no, they were in control that whole game in the last game of Group A, with how they drafted and playing. They were, even when they had, tied in kills and Cloud9 was coming back, they were in control that whole time, and Kassadin was almost level 16. There was no opportunity there for Cloud9 to win. It was always false hope.
Kobe says, LMAO, we actually own LPO. Yeah,
Oh.
LPO played like dog shit week 2.
Yeah,
Now I
me
wouldn't
too,
say
too.
dude, they went like what 2-8 or some shit like that. Like, what is that disgustingness?
Yep.
own those frauds. Didn't know we could say this and not be joking. LPO has caused me so much Twitch. Oh my god. Ever since the IG sweep for TL at MSI, you just feel that NA is a superior region. Okay, that guy's sniffing crack. Okay.
Wait, no,
Nope.
literally, you bought half to. Okay, shut the fuck up. The NA players were on their team were playing besides Team Liquid. Like, fuck, shut up.
Hi Nam, how you doing, man?
Jesus
LPO
Christ.
LPO looking like a wild card region. NA should get seats for them.
No, I fucking hate that. When Cloud9 made it out, they're like, oh yeah, finally bought all the EU players. Oh yeah, carried by EU players.
Oh
Shut
yeah,
the
carry
fuck
EU
up.
players. It's like there's
Shut the
2
fuck
EU players. They're literally 2 EU players on the team.
Yes, and OCE is now LCS residency, and if it wasn't for that, then they would have had Licorice there. So they have 3 residency / NA players, 2 EU players. So not only are you wrong there, but for the majority of the tournament, Vulcan and like Fudge and Blabber, well, that Blabber near the end were playing better than fucking Sven, dog shit Sven,
Yeah.
and Perks running it down. Like they were hyping them up in that last LeBlanc game that sent them through top 8. Like, oh, look at all this damage, forgetting that like he just ran it down 4 separate times when they had the lead, almost costing them the game 4 separate times. And
Kobe
the lead
says,
that Fudge and them set up for Perks.
it is so
Like,
clear
fuck.
that confidence at Worlds means so much. That's true. 100 Thieves were so hesitant earlier in the day, but now that the pressure has been lifted, they smashed the LPL champion. Super successful year for the org overall. They should be very proud of and build on for next year. Yes, it is kind of bittersweet that if the pressure's off, they play like how you expected them to play in their group stage going in, you know? But I don't know how to really rate those kind of performances though. So they're a confidence-based team that'll perform well if the pressure's off. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, I hate seeing. I understand why people hate seeing it and say it doesn't matter, because it's like happening with almost every NA team. Like they go 3-3, and it's like, oh, good confidence booster. It's like that's all they aim for. Fuck, and winning pointless
that's some
games.
high stakes, right? That's some high standards right there.
Yeah, but for
aiming
100
3-3.
Thieves in their group,
Yeah.
group this year, it actually does make sense. But if you're like Team Liquid, no, fuck off, fucking chokers.
FPX for sure, most overrated team at the tournament. Feels like almost every year there is one huge LPO flop while the rest succeed.
Yeah, RNG 2019. What was 2020?
2018,
What was that
right?
team? No, 2020, 2018. What that was Genji, which was in 2018 was what was the
No, you're right. Yeah.
no, I forgot the LPL team. What was it in 20?
Okay, so I wanted to ask you guys this. I know everyone was memeing on Doinby, but going into the event, right? It's a fair argument to make he'd be like one of the best players at the event, though. Going in, you kind of go like, I had Showmaker over him, right? But Doinby going into the event was probably like what, at least a top 10 player in the world going into the event, right?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know about like that. I think you're kind of overrating him.
Because wasn't he was the LPL MVP, right? He looked good most of the year. It wasn't like he played this. He didn't play this bad in the LPL itself.
Was he really the MVP? Really?
He was the MVP in summer this year, actually.
Well, that surprises me. Like, yeah, he's amazing player and good team player, but I don't know about that. And I definitely, compared to like other players at this tournament, I didn't expect him to be as dominant. But okay.
This guy said people put them fourth as tournament contenders while they are at the grasp of being eliminated by lowest NA and EU seeds. It's the literal definition of overrated, irregardless of whether they are underperforming or not.
Yeah,
That's not how that works, but good try. Learn the definition of overrated.
I don't know why they put them that high in the first place.
I was like, people were like, FPX is better. No, they're not. They're better than Damwon. Get the fuck out of here.
No, they're not better than any of like the top 3 seeded.
They lost
Chinese
to EDG. How would they be? People had them over EDG, and EDG just beat them. That literally makes zero sense.
They won the split, and they had them over EDG.
Yeah, like FPX choked a 10K gold lead And no, FPX are better. How? That already proves people don't watch the games. That literally proves right there people don't watch the games. Oh, they only just watch finals. Even if you just watch finals and you had FPX over EDG, that's still disingenuous because EDG beat the shit out of them. You know? But that's just me. This guy says, though by the way, it's you, the casters who never watched LPL and overrated them and created this narrative they're the best team at Worlds when EDG wiped the floor with them in the finals.
True,
I mean,
true.
That's true.
Yeah, and that's the thing with cast. Yeah, that's not just this. That's every year with casters in these teams. Every year they just see FPX, RNG. Oh, they must be amazing. This is every year casters, and I'm so sick of it because I actually watch all the reasons and all the games, and it makes me sick every year. Like, holy fuck.
Yeah. Just these weird biased narratives that get created. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, like
That's
people were.
That's like if we face each other in the NBA Finals, your team versus my team. I destroy yours, and then people remember your team as the better team. That wouldn't make any sense whatsoever.
Yeah, like, why were people so surprised about Turkey and Russia playing as good as they did in the 2020 play-ins, and both, beating Bad Lions and one of them making it out? Like, did you not watch them this year? That year, I mean.
This guy says, you do also know that all the casters and everyone on the AD watches a tons of VODs, every team that's in Worlds. This guy says, no, they don't. They literally don't have the time to watch LPL with the amount of teams and games there. They barely watch playoffs, and in playoffs, EDG, after losing in first round, went on to completely smurf, that's true, and smash FPX in the finals. They love Doinby and historical-based narrative. I mean, I gotta agree with this guy.
Yeah, I mean, they do, but just clearly not fucking good eyes. Like, fuck.
Like, this guy's right. No shit, they don't watch every single game. They watch big games.
Like, why were they hyping up so top esports?
Yeah. That's my thing here, dude. Is like having Doinby as like a top 20 player or top 10 player going in is fine, but the issue here is having FPX as a team as like better than EDG or even RNG is crazy to think about because RNG got upset by LNG. But they also looked pretty terrifying when they were ramping up, So I don't know. Warren, you've been quiet. The fuck's going on with you? I think Warren's dead.
Yeah, Top Esports was such an overrated team in 2020. They were amazing, but not fucking world's favorites.
Remember how people told me on live stream, top of B, damn one, you're crackhead. You were actually a crackhead.
Yeah, exactly. It took literally anybody who even watched LCK in 2020 would tell you, like, the first few games coming into summer that damn one game and were world's favorites with how they were playing. And that's also by someone who had all this doubt in them every other year when people were hyping up Nuggery and Showmaker. But now, if you actually watched LPL that year, you would know they were world's favorites and not and not top esports over them. You're fucking high.
Yeah, I was like, how do people have top over Damwon? Like, Damwon literally uses monsters. Like, I agree. There's a world where maybe top could have fought them in the finals if they didn't fucking start choking the fucking Suning of all teams. But they had issues. People just never never talked about them though. People were like, Knight
Jackie Love. They're fucking always hyping up Jackie Love, even though he like fucking inted so many times.
All those Ezreal games. Oh my lord, those are ints of beauty right there.
And Kaisa.
Because when people talk about top esports, they mention Knight only, right? And the thing here is, I'm like, Knight is really over aggressive, and that can be punished. People are like, no, you can't punish his over aggressive tendencies. Yes, you can. What? That's how the game works. Yes, you can. If you punish Knight's over aggressive tendencies, you can beat top esports.
Yeah, and having G2 as a favorite coming into Worlds 2020, even though they fell off a huge cliff. Were the luckiest team ever to make top 4. They shouldn't have even made it out of groups, honestly. Holy fuck. And then, what was that, one? Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, I just want, like, damn one that year in 2020. Actually, probably, like, the best overall 5-player, best mechanical team I've ever seen in my life out of all years of League.
Dude, the year that I saw the best mechanical, I was a faker of top lane. I swear, the Shy was like the faker of top lane back in his peak, and then he just completely became whatever the fuck he became now.
Oh yeah, I was an IG fan. I saw that.
Remember, there were LPO games where that guy was going 0-8. 0-8 and winning. That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
How
fuck, that
bad
was
were those
incredible.
teams?
Incredible. Honestly,
You'd
but
only pick Lucian and then just go straight 0-8 all the
yeah,
time.
that's mainly only one team that the jungler and support were a little meh for IG. Like, I mean, just
Mhm.
all 5 players on a team, the best mechanical team, damn one in 2020. Like, I don't think anybody can like beat them. Like from summer, I mean, from summer and worlds.
Mhm. Yeah, they literally. That's when I was watching LCK that year, I was like, this is the best team. I don't see a world where
Hmm.
anybody beats them, and they didn't. They didn't lose. No, they lost one game in the group stage, right? They lost to JDG in week 2. They lost one game to G2. They lost 3 games, all worlds, 2 best of 1s, and sorry, 2 in playoffs and 1 in a best of 1.
And I saw them losing those games because they didn't draft the best in those games, and they weren't playing the best in those
Yeah,
games. Like,
true. Yeah, they're like counter picking
yeah, like
themselves.
JDG, I definitely saw the JDG. And I really liked JDG that year as well. But yeah, I saw them winning that game. God.
Oh Lord! And this year we got to do our Worlds Awards like we did last year. Who gets
Oh,
the TSM award this year? FPX? You think they get the TSM award this year?
wait, what's the TSM award?
A team that's completely hyped up going in, because people hyped up TSM a lot going in and completely flopping,
Oh yeah, that would
completely
be
flopping.
FPX, and RNG would have been 2019, even though they shouldn't
Mhm.
have been. Yeah,
All right,
FPX.
all right, guys, that's pretty much it. I'll be coming at you guys with another Cloud9 podcast, obviously. On Tuesday or Monday after Cloud9 and Gen G's best of 5. Actually, it's been a really crazy ride with Worlds 2021. I just want to say thank you to all the subscribers we still have here. I'm gonna be putting out more content when the off season comes up. I've been doing league content for so long. This year for Worlds, I kind of want to just dial it back a little bit, take a little bit of a break, still make the Cloud9 podcast that you guys know and love, but it was great seeing Cloud9 get out, FPX playing like burnt chicken, was really, really unexpected though. Rogue definitely pulled it together for a little bit, but, still managed to fail at the end of the day. 100 Thieves had a really hard group, so it was kind of hard to expect them to get out, given you had the LPL champions and the team that literally were playing pretty decently well against Damwon in the LCK finals this year, actually. Team Liquid failing to get out of group stage again after having a legitimate easy group, which was crazy to think about. Steve is gonna probably make some roster changes, and then you also had what was the group I'm forgetting? Oh, Fanatics group. Yeah, Fanatics group, they lost upset. All confidence was lost, when they lost upset. It was in their gameplay. They were all, I mean, Adam and Bwipple were playing bad anyway. Not Bwipple. Like Bwipple
Yeah,
played good in some
it
games.
wasn't even like Bean's gameplay. It was just a team confidence. Just one upset left.
They were just playing, like, yeah, like, and even some of the games, like Adam played really bad, Niski played really bad. Like, upset leaving tilted them that hard. That is
Yeah, and I
incredible.
can see why, because that whole Fnatic
Mhm.
team, again, every single player on there, I wouldn't call any of them amazing players, just all 5 of them great players. Like, if we're going
Yeah.
overall wise in like a video game, they will be in like 88 overalls, but
Mhm.
they then just all clicked suddenly in summer, which is why they made it to Worlds, just all clicked as a team, which was the only chance that they had going into summer, which
And
did.
it's
So then they
crazy.
lose.
They were in the lower bracket. They beat Vitality 3-2. They
Yep.
beat Misfits 3-2. They
Hmm.
beat G2 3-2. And then they lose in the finals. Upset finally gets to Worlds, and he can't even play at his first Worlds. He's been trying to get to Worlds for literal years.
Yep.
Dog shit rosters.
So yeah, when you lose one team, just the whole chemistry there falls apart. Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
I think they might keep all 5 players though, because of that chemistry they gained all 5 of
Mhm.
them together. And since there's an excuse you can make for all 5 of them, Niski, you can definitely make a bunch for him. Upset was their best player, probably. Hill is saying staying on for another year, was also one of their best players. Blippo, franchise player, and he played amazing for his first year as a jungler and all this stuff with the hype. Adam,
Mhm.
a rookie, so I could see all 5 of them just staying together. And since they gained that chemistry to make Worlds in the first place,
What do you think about RNG and EDG and the LPL teams playing this bad? What do you think really contributed to that? Because they played awful. That was bad.
I'm just
It's just
like
BO1s.
EU, just this year the region not as good just this year, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they
So-
aren't as good in best of one. So yeah.
And that's just the nature of best of ones. Is any day you're gonna look good, and some days you're gonna look like shit. And then since you only have a 1 game sample size, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, are they this bad, or did they just draft really bad, or they just had bad macro decisions?
Yeah,
Because a
the
lot
one
of the
thing you
macro
have
decisions
to-
was horrible.
Oh yeah, the macro. But yeah, the one thing you have to remember is probably LPL's probably like the biggest region who like they have those best of threes, and unlike LPL, like many times their team loses like the first game and then they win the other two though, come back. A lot of their teams, probably the most from any other region.
And that's my last thing to before we close out, guys, is I would hope Riot fixes the system so we stop seeing home region matches at Worlds these past 2 years. I really don't want to see that. Oh my lord.
I just
Hate
hope
seeing
they
that
fix
shit.
the NA servers. That's all I hope for.
Man, dude, you and me both. And guys, that's it. I will see you guys next week, Monday or Tuesday. So I'll say thank you guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm the Nightwing, and Way of Life Esports is signing out. If you guys do want to see me more, Sean and Warren, we're all on my main channel. We're just like streaming, having some fun, movie reviews, and the other home content that I'm pretty much known for.
Yeah.
Just go and check out the main channel. It's linked in the description box below. If you guys want to see me more over there, because there's been some interesting movies that have come out. Dude, the last Duel debuted to like the second worst box office opening ever.
Yeah, it doesn't deserve it, but I can see why it did, honestly.
The marketing was so bad.
Yeah, and it's not a film that people are gonna rush to see in theaters. So like, okay, well, I can wait till it comes home. But I saw it just because I like to support good movies, and I knew that it would be a good movie, so I saw it in theaters. But yeah,
and you liked it actually. You thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, it wasn't anything special like overall, but it was very good still, and the performances carried it to another level. Definitely, like Jodie Comer's probably gonna get a nomination, probably.
And dude, the problem here with that movie is I know I haven't seen it yet, but like when I want to see No Time to Die, is the time I realized it was coming out. When I saw No Time to Die, which was last week, is when I discovered that movie even existed. Not even kidding. The marketing for this movie is absolutely
at my theater, they showed advertisements for it like 2 months in advance. Yeah, I'm surprised that you've been having me on this show, though. I thought it was just wanted to be you and Warren.
Oh no, you can have other people on. Doesn't matter. If you want to be on more, just be like, hey, I'll just be like, hey, we're having a show on these days. Usually these are like Monday and Tuesdays earlier. So like, but Warren can only do it at 8:30. I probably would prefer doing it at 6:30 my time, because it's gonna be a little more earlier for him too, because he probably passed out. It's like
okay.
11 his time.
Jeez, he passed. Yeah, he's just in the bed. I can imagine him just in the bed, like when he turns on his cam with the blanket. Fuck's sake. But yeah, just send whenever you stream. Yeah, just send me the link in whatever.
Yeah, I want to get in another movie review actually, because I gotta go do this review or Stargirl season 2 episode 10.
And you can just look at my letterbox and see recent films that I've rated.
Did that one movie site you had me watch Extraction on, but like when someone was using my Netflix account, does that have the Protege on it?
Yeah, it has just any.
I want to get to some of the movies that I did not get a chance to watch this year. So the only ones I didn't get a chance to watch are like Old, The Protege, and the only other films my theater didn't get actually. Those are the only ones I don't think I've watched.
Honestly, you're not missing much with those two and the Guilty remake. Honestly, you could do a lot better for yourself. But if you want to get through them, sure, I'm cool with that. But yeah, there are definitely a lot of films outside of those that you could be seeing that are pretty good instead.
Like Dune, people said it's out on torrent. I'm like, guys, please go support the film in the theater.
Yeah, like, listen, I know you don't have to, like, maybe, like, your theater's far away. If that's the case, then maybe, but, like, this is a type of film that you want to, like, give money to and see on the big screen. Like, there are some films I understand, honestly, like The Last Duel is one of them, which is another reason why. And again, one of my favorite film from last year, I'm thinking of Ending Things, which you should see if you haven't seen it yet. It might not be your cup of tea though, but that's like a film, honestly, that's like
I'll watch I'll watch pretty much anything. Honestly, I'll give anything a shot.
Yeah, again, I said before that I'll give you like a list later on.
Yeah, for
recommendations
sure.
in DMs on Twitter. But yeah, like honestly, that film though is like a film that's actually kind of meant for seeing at home. The rare example of that. I'm thinking
Hmm.
Men in Things a masterpiece that's actually better off seeing at home.
Like
So,
with film fans, dude, it's crazy because like I'm an anime, TV show, and film fan. I'm all three. I watch any TV show, watch any anime, I watch any
yeah,
movie.
same.
I'm
I'm
just a
not
fan of
picky.
all of them.
I don't
Yeah,
understand why people close like off genres. Like I don't get it.
people will close off anime. I'm
Yeah.
like, and then they'll rare. Oh my god, and then they'll misrepresent stuff in the anime, misinterpret it to the absolute fullest extent, and go like it's not that good. No, you just don't
Yeah. Like
there's
give
no
anything a
issue with what
chance.
like dude, this is with me. I'll tell you straight from the start in any review I do. If I don't understand this, I don't understand it, but this is my opinion, right? Some people
Mhm.
for anime that they've never watched and they've never been a huge anime fan won't understand what's on screen or what's being displayed in front of them, and they'll go, "No, that's just trash. No, that anime is overrated." No, you could just not understand what they're doing. That could be a thing. It could
Yep.
be you.
Yep. Just watch some Studio Ghibli films to start
I
out
watched
with,
some of
and
those.
I'm
I
yeah,
actually have Spirited Away,
yeah,
Princess Mononoke, The Castle in the Sky
yeah.
with the girl. That oh my god, Princess
Amazing
Mononoke is one of my
films. But yeah,
favorite. Those are
those
amazing
Studio
movies.
Ghibli films are
Mhm.
a good passageway to people who want to get into anime but have that mindset. Also, another one if you have Grave of the Fireflies. Flies. If you have you seen that one?
No, I've watched
Oh fuck.
Kiki's Delivery Service. I know that's Studio Ghibli.
Yeah.
Spirited Away, Princess Mononoke, The Castle in the Sky. I think that's the one, right? And dude,
Yeah.
Spirited Away was like that
Yeah.
is
That is
quality filmmaking at its finest.
easily one of the best, if
You think
not
it's
the
a
best.
masterpiece?
Like, yes, it's probably my
Yeah.
favorite animated film of all time.
Give me a second.
Probably.
I'm just talking to Pickle for 1 sec. Hey man, how do you do those videos with just audio? Because I might start doing videos a lot like that,
Yeah.
where I play like the movie trailers with no audio. You know, you like loop the clips and images, and to just have audio for like discussion videos.
Mhm.
Not like news videos. I'll show my face, but for like discussion videos on like pop culture things, like new trailers and shit like that, I might just start doing that. Like play the trailer, images, no audio, and then
Yeah.
just go like that.
I
Because
mean,
that's what people
honestly,
don't
I
watch.
think
That's
you should put
weird.
yourself in the thumbnails of reaction videos, though, because that gets the views if they see a person, in the thumbnail.
True. I just got lazy. Oh man, God,
Well, you did it
I
at
took more.
first when you uploaded those videos, and then that thumbnail disappeared. What happened
Yeah,
there?
because like I couldn't get it the way I wanted to, so I just reverted back
Mm,
to some basic ones. I took new pictures of myself to do it. I just have to just
okay.
practice on it. It's just all practice. That's pretty much all it
Yeah,
is.
and one of your thumbnails for a Yu-Gi-Oh video, like I don't know if it's just me, but it's not appearing. It's like kind of bugged.
That's dude. YouTube just hates me. That's just
Yeah,
what it is. YouTube just fucking can't stand
yeah.
my ass.
Honestly, I'll see if it's still like that, but yeah, like can't just block out fucking different genres. Like honestly, rom-com's probably not something that most males are into, but you gotta
Mhm.
give them a chance still. And there's actually some ones that I enjoy a lot. Honestly, and there's this animated rom-com sort of Your Name. A lot of people love.
Why does it seem so familiar? Your name.
There, yeah, it's by the. He also came out another film like last year, Weathering with You. Great.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And
it's
that's my.
just it's this video. There is nothing better than living the good life and making money. The thumbnail's absolutely bugged on that if you go see it.
And that's the thing, guys. Here is, I love League of Legends. I've been watching League of Legends since 2014. I've been and watching a lot of regions too of that. I've been a lot of time is invested into League of Legends, and when you have when you're a fan of a team, like I'm of like Cloud9 or like G2, right? And when you have days like that where they're making a miracle run out of the group, like joy is just not a feeling that I could describe to you. When your team does something like that, it's just like the best feeling ever. I imagine when Fnatic made the miracle run back in 2017, you felt that way. You know,
And 20. Oh yes, and that was same as Cloud9 for me
yeah,
as well. And then in
both those groups had
2018,
cons going 6-0. That's crazy.
yeah, and fucking what was it? Yeah, Cloud9 in 2018 when they made it to semis, which is the
Yeah.
first time ever because we don't count Worlds 2011. All
Oh,
right,
I don't
like
care. When
yeah,
Fnatic fans say World
we
Season
count
1 matters.
it exists for historic reasons, but we
Yeah.
don't treat it as a real Worlds. We treat it like what was those MasterCard tournament things that used to have in League of Legends,
Oh,
like
yeah.
E-League and stuff. We treat it like that, and same thing sort of with 2012 counts a little bit more, but it's sort of the same thing as well. It's mostly 2013 and on that counts to more when the leagues came in. But yeah, so the first time ever when they made semis, like I was partying for a whole week. That was also around the time my birthday, the 31st.
I tried so hard not to cry. My tears almost came out of my eyes.
Oh, I did. I did.
Oh, when they made World Semis, I was like, oh my god. The tears was like, oh nope, not gonna do it. And then they made it this time. I was like, oh my goodness. And when another time it almost happened was when they finally won their first title last year back in spring. Even though it was online and shit, there was no doubt they were the best team that spring though. Like even if it was on land, they would have won the split. You know, they were the best team.
Yeah, and even if the other teams were good, they still would have.
Yeah,
they were mechanically just the best NA team ever. It wasn't just the league being weak like in summer. They were just actually the best team ever. If you watch them, like frame by frame, their mechanics and shit in 2020 spring, they were actually just
was better than Bjergsen. Fucking Licorice was like the best top laner. Blabber was the best jungler. I guess you could say they're outside of maybe Dardoch, maybe but that's
the only
also
one.
Like,
no, Blabber was fucking
by far and away
legendary
the best
that
jungler.
year. No, he was
Zen and
legendary
by
that
far
year.
and away the best.
No, the only small weak spot was a bit of Licorice, but that's because he played weak side a bit. That's it.
Yeah, and then that was crazy seeing what happened to Licorice. You know, he went to FlyQuest, pretty much, you know, failed there, went straight to GG, you know, and then just looked okay for a couple of games when he first went there, but then later on I don't know. Like, how do you go from like best top laner to just pretty much like middle of the pack? But League is a team dependent game, and depending on the team you have, you're gonna look better.
Yeah, it wasn't even just best top in 2018 summer. He was actually, even though he didn't win MVP because Doublelift and others were more valuable to the team
and shit. Yeah.
And Cloud9 was more of a team thing. Well, you know, there's more invaluable players, but Licorice was probably like actually the best player in the league in 2018 summer. Honestly. But yeah, there has not been a top laner in NA that's won MVP yet. That's surprising. Honestly.
Do you want to be part of that video for the first one I do for the audio thing, talking about the Batman trailer? Because people are still, there are people crucifying that Batman trailer. I'm like, you people are crackheads.
I mean, I'll be a part of any videos. I have the time right now, so yeah, sure. Just anything you want me a part of, or I can
It's gonna be so weird just not having a camera on and just freely talking. That's gonna be so weird. It's just so odd, you know.
So for the so what for the Batman trailer?
I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start off with doing trailer discussions for the Flash trailer and the Batman, and what else trailer should we talk about? The Black Adam one? Yeah, Black Adam, Flash, and Batman. I think it's a nice way to start them off.
Yeah.
So I need to download the trailers, and I need to cut the audio out of all of them, and then get images and loop them. So that's all I got to do. But I think it's more in the thumbnail that really needs to capture people. It's the thumbnail that really gets you to watch this video.
Yes, the thumbnail and the title. Honestly, you should get.
How would you title those videos? Like,
honestly, I think you should get. I don't know what the one symbol thing you do with like the uppercase. Sorry, what was it?
With the whole capital. That just is more appealing to me. I could always change it.
Well, when you uppercase the 8, does that one symbol? I think if you remove that or just capitalize like the reaction part or whatever, I think that. And other stuff, I think that would actually get more clicks if the titles like that. Like, look at other people doing their titles.
Yeah. I gotta start switching up a little bit. It's just a style that I get so locked into a style. I just keep doing it because I'm so used to it. Because they'll have, I just hit like upload by default, and it just goes that way. And that's my thing too. Like, dude, someone asked me like, why don't I do like spoiler-free reviews on my movie reviews? I just don't got time for that, dude. I don't got time to be going like, okay, if it's spoiler-free, I don't talk about anything in the film. I just pretty much go off like narratives of a film. No, you go off the basic premises of a film in a spoiler review, right? Plot, characters, narrative, score. that gets repetitive. That would get literally so repetitive.
Yeah.
So imagine if we did like Halloween Kills, fucking spoiler free review. What would I say? The characters don't work for me, but I would like to tell you why they don't work for me though. I need to go in depth about why they don't work for me. That's just me as a person.
Yeah.
I gotta go in depth about why they don't work for me.
Yeah, this is what you do then. You just put spoilers at the end of all of your reviews. That's it. Just the end of all of them in your title, but also because you might say, well, that you might miss out on some clicks or views. Well, here's the thing: you can't see it at first in the title if it's that long. You can't see the spoiler part at the very end. So people who don't want to see the spoiler ones, they'll still click on it and give you that view. But if they don't want to see the spoiler
right
thing
when they start hearing
then
spoiler,
they click off.
Yeah, right when they hear, "Hey, this is what happens," they can just go, "Oh, click." Nope.
No, they just see the spoiler thing at the end of the title once they click on it, and then they click back, but it still gives you the view. So for people like that, so you don't lose any views there, but you just do whatever, just add a spoiler at the review thing at the end of all of them, maybe. I don't know.
Because my thing here is even spoiler-free reviews could like determine how someone could see a film. You know.
Oh yeah, there are things people say that I'm like, okay, I can kind of know what happens now. Like fucking people on Twitter, they're like, oh, let's not spoil Endgame, everyone. And people are like, oh, there's like then somebody on Twitter like tweets, oh, I was crying so much when. And then I see another one there tweets, oh, I grew up as a huge Iron Man fan. Okay, so you thank you. But I mean, I kind of predicted it anyway. It was so obvious who would die at the end and save them, but still, thanks.
You know what's crazy? Venom Let There Be Carnage had as many good reviews for the early screenings as Shang-Chi.
Fuck this. That's just they give anything good reviews, anything comic book related. These fucking critics are paid. Like fuck it. They're paid by them. Just anything any comic book film. Of course, they'll have good reviews at the start. They want to stay in that super fanboy comic book fucking club where they're getting neckbeard toys, like figurines of Wonder Woman 1988. Sorry, 84.
Dune, I don't know if I could watch Dune immediately, but I'll probably watch Dune.
I'm seeing the
Tuesday
20...
coming.
I'm
not watching it at home. I'm not watching Dune.
Yeah, no, that's a film you have to see in theaters. But Warren's back. Yeah, I'm seeing it on the 21st.
Yeah, I'm watching Dune in my theater. I just don't know if I'll be able to watch Dune day one.
Maybe 24th or something.
Maybe the following week, like that following Tuesday, I could catch it. So I have to avoid all Dune spoilers. Yeah, you gotta watch Dune in theaters. Some people are like, oh my god, it's on torrent. What the fuck? You was Abigail. I forgot this is Abigail from a long time ago. Yeah, like FPX choked hard. I'm sorry, Abigail. I know you support the LPL, but that was disgusting. These LPL teams are playing like straight up dog shit.
I'm sorry, that wasn't a choke. They just played like shit, and they deserved
yeah, it's not choking. Like, I'll give you choking in the road game where they almost won because they just stupidly did not understand Rogue's bluff. That game I'll give you. That's a choke. The other games are just disgusting. They just actually played like dog shit.
I just don't fucking get some of these people watching torrents. Like, fuck, you're not gonna watch Dune on the big screen, like, fuck's sake.
Like, I just don't get it, you know? Why would you want to watch Dune on a fucking torrent?
Maybe it's a nice torrent.
Yeah, even if it's HD, I'll fucking wait.
Yeah, like, I can't wait to go to the theater to watch it. I'm not in that big of a rush. Yes, I'm gonna watch Dune, obviously. Oh, they had the world premiere of Eternals, though, tonight, so start expecting, like, mild reviews of Eternals.
Go see Young Thanos.
Yep, seen that on the 4th.
Oh, there's a review. There's a review of Eternals, guys, right here.
Oh, yes.
Hashtag Eternals is epic in every sense of the word.
That's every fucking Marvel. Fuck off. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. It's a story that's more massive, but okay, more down.
Oh, dude, look at this. Co-founder of the Direct at MCU.
More down to earth than the MCU has ever been. You say that with every fucking MCU. Shut the fuck up. Oh,
It's
it's all about family. Family. Yes, it has story. It has action. It has
We
characters.
just triggered Sean.
Hashtag Eternals is epic in every sense of the word. It's a story that is more massive but simultaneously more down to earth than the MCU has ever been. The passion everyone involved had for this movie is present in every scene, and it needs to be seen on the biggest screen you can
Shut
find.
the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut
Here's
the
a
literal fuck
follow
up.
up. There are no weak links in this cast. I think that everyone will go into this movie and have a different favorite Eternal. As I am writing this, my favorite keeps switching up between Kingo, Droog, and Fastos.
I
Okay?
don't know, man.
Eternals does not feel like an MCU movie. For a franchise
Shut
that
up.
can
Shut the
sometimes
fuck
feel
up.
formulaic, Eternals stands out from the pack as a truly unique experience in all the best ways. A lot of blockbusters could learn from what Chloe Zhao does in this movie. All right, and with that load of crack that I just read,
Shut the fuck up. Alright, listen. Eternals I can maybe see just because of the director they hired and the themes of the film, but no, it is probably still has some feel of MCU, and you say that with every other MCU movie that has come out.
it
Fuck off.
also is kind of disingenuous of this guy because he does work for the MCU
Yes,
Direct,
he,
which
he
gets like
probably said
leaks
that.
and new.
Yes, he's like this. Shang-Chi has it all. Family, action, visual effects, 10 out of 10. So shut the fuck up. Holy fucking shit. I'm
Oh my
gonna
god!
die.
Oh,
And then I showed that gif of Chloe Zhao winning the, best director for her grossly overrated Nomadland type of film that, has been done better, billion times better by like fucking 200 other films out there over the last 5 years, but they just pick that one the Oscars because it just fit all the boxes in a weak year.
yeah, Chaz, I got
Fuck.
you. Let me text Chaz for a second.
I'm sure Eternals will be good, but people need to
I think it'd be
shut up.
good. I mean, Chloe Zhao. I think I've seen a Chloe Zhao film before.
Yeah, like no, the cinematography actually looks like you see the shots in the trailers
Yeah.
for the first trailer. Like it clearly has quality to it because
It literally
Yeah.
looks like it's gonna be a well-made quality film, but I expect that because it's the MCU. I don't get why movies like that get a pass nowadays. We're in 2021. We should have good, well-made films. That's
Yeah.
not an excuse anymore.
That's why I didn't like Black Widow, because compared to the other MCU films, it's mediocre to me. But I mean, I'm
Yeah.
glad you liked it. But it's just,
Loved
and
it.
there were so many mistakes for like a fucking.
There's some flaws. No, that's why someone said I gave it an A+. I'm like, no, I pointed out flaws. Did I not? I pointed out flaws.
So many issues, like fucking $200 million budget, $100 million, and there was like so many.
Well, it's not even that, dude. Remember, Scarlett Johansson was like, about the whole fucking thing with the piece of meat Iron Man 2 bullshit she was on,
fuck that.
right? With the question on Collider, and I'm sitting there going like, there's direct back shots of you in this film, right? So double standards. Okay.
Hey, what do you think
Clear double
about
standards.
Eternals, Warren?
Next.
He's like, oh, we got to talk about that on my show if you guys are on tomorrow. Marvel moved up a lot of their stuff.
Yeah, I saw
pushed back. The Marvels is in 2023. They only have 3 films this year now: Black Panther, Thor, and Doctor Strange.
Okay.
The Marvels is going to be in 2023, and Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania also 2023. And then they took off some stuff, so they might have taken out Fantastic Four, actually.
Yeah, I think this is the first time since like the first phase of the MCU before it was getting big with like Thor and stuff.
Or phase 2, remember they took off what was that movie? What the team with Black Bolt on it? Oh my god.
I don't know, but
and Humans. That was supposed to be a film, remember?
Yeah, I remember. But yeah, I think this is the first time that I've been seeing all the films in the, well, besides Black Widow, but majority of them in theaters in a phase, because I just saw Shang-Chi because of the memes. I wanted this just because of all the memes and people hyping it up, like Black Panther.
Yeah. Like, the movie has good action, don't get me wrong, but people started misrepresenting people saying, oh yeah, it has good action like these other great action movies. No, Shang-Chi has as good as action as fucking Extraction. You know what I mean?
And compared to any other non-MCU like high quality movie, the action in it is piss. Holy fuck! Just compared to any fucking like samurai like Japanese or fucking Indonesia karate film or whatever. It's like fucking for babies. Holy fuck. And those slow motion bits. Why do they keep doing those slow motion bits in those MCU films, like on the bus
Because
and
they're
shit,
trying
and
to
when he
pay
was fighting
homage
his
to.
dad?
They're trying to
It
pay
does.
homage to Matrix. That's why.
God, it doesn't make it good. It actually fucking worsens it. Holy fuck.
So this guy was like, okay, last one, guys, and we are going to head out of here. Just wanted to give you guys a little bit more talking tonight because I haven't got a chance to really do something for you guys in a bit. This guy's like, just got out of the hashtag Eternals world premiere. Can't decide if it's my favorite 2021 hashtag MCU movie. Some great action and visuals, expected and unexpected twists. Yet another solid hashtag Marvel Studios outing. Check this one out. That's not too bad.
Yeah, that one's more reasonable, but he's still smoking some crack.
He's on cocaine. That's just the dumbest thing.
Yeah, that's a little more reasonable, though, honestly, for Eternals with how it's looking. But, yeah, this was a nice calm stream, and then I joined and talked for 90% of it, raging at stuff.
No, really. It's fine, man. We haven't got a chance to do a stream about like a week. We haven't got a chance to do much because, I've been trying to take League a little bit more easier this year. Just a little bit. But, guys, if you guys do want to see us more, I am on my main channel a hell of a lot more than here. Because, like, if there's nothing to post about, there's no reason to post, I try to do that with this channel, but it just didn't pan out that way. It's just different kind of content, right? So I just narrowed it down to stuff you guys watch. You guys watch the split weekly recaps, and I'm adding something into those when those come back. Just a little something. That's it. Just a little something. And you guys like the podcast, so that's what you get. And then you like the news videos. So I'm only going to do content people like and subscribe for. That's it. No sense trying to do all that other stuff that I was trying to do when people just didn't like it. Your views and likes proved it. Some videos got 0 likes. 0 likes. And liking is free, and some of those videos got 0 likes. Those C9 fan cats that we used to have, I liked them. I thought they were cool. But the issue here is like trying to get people on for a certain day in Discord. It was just not working out, man. It's just too much, And then to put them out and get 0 likes was like, that's ridiculous,
Yeah, they didn't even like it.
No, some of them got 0 likes, and we had good conversation. Really, we had genuinely good conversation though.
Yeah, they didn't even like it for you. What the fuck?
Yeah, no likes. I'm like, well, I'll just go to a live stream format because like most of the time people like the podcast live stream. That's what I saw with my main channel was that pre-recorded podcast didn't do as well, but if I did them live streamed, okay, that works out better. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna finally do it with this channel. So I did it with those other shows. I had to go through some variations. Like there was a G2 one that was like okay. Then I tried to coin my own name with one of them for like 2 weeks. That didn't work out. Then he had the one with my friend,
loser.
But he kind of started falling off, and I was like, okay, I'll just call it this. And then we have this one now, and it's the best one so far.
Yeah. So they had schedule issues.
No, it's just, we just don't see eye to eye on League and how to play the game. This is different. And not him, myself. I still talk to my friend. I talk to him like, he's still one of my close friends. It's just, we have a difference of how to make content from me, right? And that's fine. That's completely fine. But the other people, I just don't want to be DMing you for shows. People would say, oh yeah, we want to do shows on this day at this time. Can't get off work. Rest up before a show. Try to get everyone on. It was just too much of a hassle. It's just way too much. Yeah. There was this one show I used to have with some other people, and this guy was like, I think for a show, we should have just these people on. And this is when I first started doing League podcasts, though, because I wanted to have a show like The Dive. I wanted to have that. And this guy was like, well, I think shows should be like this, this, and this. I'm like, dude, I understand what you're saying. I get it. But this is my first time doing this with League specifically. I got to kind of figure out what's the best for me. And then he didn't really like that too much, so he ended up leaving. We had another guy drop off because he was just really inconsistent. Then the other guy, he had 2 guys had school. One guy tried to run the show. And I'm like, I run the show here. You can give suggestions and I can take them, but I run the show. And like, I don't get why he didn't understand. Hey man, it's my first time doing this. I'm not going to be the best at it. I'm sorry if I'm not the best guy at running a League show. Oh
yeah, I forgot them specifically, but I know which guy you're talking about who tried to run the show, because first time watching your, I found out your channel and shit through this on Twitter before I was banned the second time with my old account through some tweets you posted because you showed up since you were called the Cloud9 podcast. I watched your first few streams of League, before going to your main channel, and I did not even realize you were the host because this guy, it's like he was acting like the host the whole time, like you barely even spoke a word.
Yeah, and I didn't mind that. I don't mind if someone takes charge. That's fine. You know, that shows me you want to like take this seriously. That's good. But the issue here is if I'm telling you this is my first time doing this specifically for League, because with League content it's different from like talking like how we do it on my main channel, right? With like movies and everything else. It's different. You have to gauge, the audience has to be gauged differently. And I wanted to take that in a different route, but still be myself, but still have something where it's like, okay, I can finally do this right. Because, dude, on those first long time ago podcasts in League, I knew what I was talking about, but it came off so cringe. It was bad. So I wanted to work on my craft because the League community is just different from the people that I normally interact with. And he just didn't understand that, though. Dude, it's my first time doing this. You got to give me some time to fix it. He just wasn't there for that. And I'm like, he'll be on Twitter. I'll try to reply to him. He ignores me now. He's mad. I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. You know, I'm sorry. I was bad at something. I first initially started at. I'm sorry. Like, what the fuck?
That's really petty. What the fuck?
Yeah, he'll be on Twitter. I'll reply to him and be like, hey, man, how you doing? He ignores me. Has me on Facebook. Ignores me.
Oh, it's like Bell. Okay.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Oh God. It's just like I don't get it. It's nothing that serious though. Like if I'm telling you I'm gonna work on this, and my craft's getting better. It's fine. You know, I wasn't the best person at reviewing movies when I first started it, and I deleted all of them. All those movies I did were terrible when I first started. I deleted all them shits.
I think
I got better at it.
A couple of them you like privated. I think you should bring back.
Oh, I did once for Bad Boys for Life. I actually like Bad Boys for Life though. Damn, Selma Hayek looking good. Look at Selma Hayek though.
I mean, that sorcery they call makeup does wonders. So
yeah,
Selma. Jeez, man, look at them.
Holy fuck.
God,
you know that husband is always at night. It's a
dick right between them, going into her mouth.
Definitely the fucking dominant one. Holy fuck.
Dude, I know a lot of people didn't like The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. I had a blast with it. I had a blast with that film. It's not the best film ever, but I had a blast with it. She was so good in that movie. Oh, she made me.
I mean, it was definitely delivered on like just being a
comedy film.
Just being watchable, you know, just take your mind off for an hour and a half or whatever comedy film, but outside of that, it's just not really a point of it. I don't know, just whatever. Very forgettable.
All right, guys, that's it. I will see you guys next Monday, Tuesday-ish time. If you want to see me, go check out my main channel. People always ask me, where's it at? Listen to me clearly. Link in the description box below. Please read or just listen to me. Either one works. In the description box on YouTube, you click show more, and where it says YouTube channels, my main channel is there. If you want to join the Discord, it's also there. If you want to follow me anywhere else, when you go to my main channel, just follow that. All the links will be all over that.
Yeah, if his stream gets, like blacklisted or whatever from YouTube, then because he says something about horse cock or whatever, then just go to his channel and see if he's live.
Yeah, it's a different show. We got to be a little bit more PC over here, just a little bit more.
Because Frost.
Yeah, because like
you're watching.
No, it's just the League community. Like I like the League community though, but it's a lot of sensitive motherfuckers. A lot of them.
I mean, yeah, the casters are so certain people.
Yeah, I remember last year with the presidential election, that one guy was like, "There's no way Biden's coming back from this election." You know what someone replied to me? I was like, "It's not," because I thought it was funny. I was laughing my ass off at the tweet. This guy in the thread, he was like, "Oh my god, this hurt me." So I asked him legitimately, like, "It's a joke. It's not that serious." He's like, "Yes, I have friends that have gotten hurt by this tweet." I'm like, at that point, I'm done.
What?
How are you hurting for your friends? What the fuck?
Jesus fucking god! How does that make any sense? Is that did Frost Garen actually like get fired or something from LEC? Because I was wondering why she's in LCS.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh no, I mean, she said that was kind of racist what she said." Remember, like,
it was.
White. It's racist.
Yeah, was she actually like booted from LEC or suspended for a bit because when she went to
her contract legitimately ran out though. Her contract legitimately actually ran out.
Okay, and they probably just like, you should leave. And then she.
A lot of fans were complaining about her. A lot of fans did not like her.
Yeah,
well, I think Her on the desk was fine. I think I liked her on the desk. She was fine on the desk.
Yeah, no, I liked her perfectly, and then she says stupid shit. I'm like, listen, I'm trying to like you. Can you just shut the fuck up? Like, just like fucking Defran
Like,
and Overwatch. I like you as a player. Can you fuck off?
Yeah, like Frostgaren. Like, I like your analysis on League. You have a great way of handling stuff on camera. Just it's the social media stuff I don't really fuck with that
a
much.
stupid EU homer, but all of them are. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah, it's just weird how, like, you know how Warren talked about how the whole TSM going 0-6 thing, right?
Mhm.
Remember how EU literally lost the fastest game of world's history last year?
Oh,
No one memes that to death. If that was NA, if that was NA, oh lord, you would not hear the end of that.
Well, which game was it again? Because
Band 1 versus G2 in the best of 5, the game 4. They lost in the fastest game of world's history.
Wait, that
You know
was
what's
actually
also
the
crazy?
fastest world's game?
19 minutes and 18 seconds.
I did not realize, because, yeah, I haven't actually paid attention much to the
You know
Worlds
what's
times.
also crazy? In last year Worlds, guess what was the first ever reverse sweep at Worlds? Top Esports versus Fnatic. That was the first ever Worlds reverse sweep. There has never been a reverse sweep ever until that last year. No one means that. No one means that.
Yeah, and it couldn't have happened to a bigger, group of players than that. Good job.
Yeah.
Just Reckless needs to get kicked in the ass sometimes. Like
Reckless,
that.
oh my god.
Yeah, probably was putting in the tears after game 4. Just putting in the tears, getting it ready. Like, Jesus fucking
Hey
Christ.
man, they could have beaten Top Esports though. There was a world they could have beat them. 3-1.
Yeah, people are like, oh well, it's because it's Top Esports. No, Top Esports wasn't that good that year.
They weren't that good.
Stop making excuses. They could have easily beat them.
Self-made brain turned off. That's how it worked.
The moment that Whippo was like taunted them in the face cam laughing, like during game 4 when they thought they had it, like fucking taunting them in the face cam laughing.
Or remember,
I knew they
Reckless.
lost it.
Remember how people was like, oh yeah, Reckless is really carrying Fnatic hard. Hillesang is carrying Fnatic hard. Reckless is not doing shit.
No, and
fuck. Do people not know how bot lane is played? Bot lane is played more or less so by how good the support is.
Mm-hmm.
Reckless and Hillesang have had terrible synergy. Why do people think Upset and Hillesang work out so well? Because they play the same. Reckless and Hillesang did not ever really play the game good together in lane. I don't get why people thought that. I was like, we crackheads, you are fucking smoking.
Really wondering how long Hillesang's gonna play for.
He's playing through 2023 at least. So
shit. Like if Fnatic if this roster failed, I could have honestly saw him retiring this year at the end. But anyway, about that scheduled thing with those old people, you don't have to worry about that with me at all. With how much.
Well, no, yeah, I know with you and Warren and all those and the guys we have now that come on, you guys are solid. You guys are fine.
Yeah, my schedule is absolutely perfect. I always get done like with everything I'm doing, like from 3 to 4 p.m. So I can do whatever. But the only thing you need to worry about is my long grants. But that's a decent trade-off, I guess, for people who don't show up. I mean, does Warren think the same? Can he put up with my long
just
rants?
Hates everyone. I don't know what Warren likes though. It's like
Warren,
sometimes
I like snow bunnies. That's what I like.
Can you put up with my long rants, or would you rather have people not show up?
Well, you got factor for the nature of shows. You have to talk. That's the nature of these shows. Even with my main channel, like when people start ranting, if it's about the topic itself, it's fine because that's the topic itself. But like sometimes when we're just chilling, having a good time, rant away all you want. I don't care. Yeah, it's a podcast. You got to keep talking.
Yeah, I mean, I stay on the topic, but even for a kind of podcast, I think I talk way too much.
That's a podcast, though. That's the thing.
Yeah,
that's the nature of it. If someone thinks you're talking too much on a podcast, go watch 10-minute League videos about fucking, I don't know, Monte Cristo jacking off or some shit.
Yeah, I do interrupt people sometimes because I do actually, not just my headset, I know, but I actually have hearing issues.
I don't mind interrupting, though. As long as you cut in, you have a good point you're bringing up. So some people will, you'll be like, talking about something completely factual. Someone's like, Fnatic won Season 1 Worlds. What are you fucking
are you fucking high? Yeah, that people who think that means even as Fnatic you're high, just shut the fuck up.
That means literally nothing.
Let the grown-ups talk.
I asked people this: who won the first NBA championship? That already tells you no one cares. No one knows. People know, but no one cares. That's the thing. Who won the first World Series? Yeah. No one fucking cares. No one really cares, honestly.
Yeah, but I'm just saying because I do actually have hearing issues. Honestly.
Dude, you're fine. It's 100% fine.
Yeah.
And with that, I gotta go talk to Chaz. I gotta go have sex with my wife. I'll see you guys Monday or Tuesday next week after Cloud9 makes
Wait,
2021
with your
semifinals.
horse? What?
With my horse.
Okay. All right.
Well.
You guys have a good night. All right.
When Cloud9 make World's 2021 semifinals, Cloud9 Miracle run to the finals.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just depends if BDD and Clid grows a brain and realizes, oh yeah, these kids are trash. They have no chemistry, and bodies them or not.
BDD's like, I'm going this way, you go that way. We do not talk to each other until we win the game. That's it. They literally have the worst synergy I've ever seen on a Korean
okay,
team
then they're fucked.
ever.
They're fucked.
I mean, when I was watching Clid's cam today, it looked like he could barely see what the fuck was going on in his.
Whoa.
See you guys later. Like, comment, subscribe.
Understand.
Most of all, enjoy. I'm the Nightwing and Whale by Peace Force is signing out, guys. Peace. Have a good day. See you guys later. Deuces. I'm out this thing, man. Peace.
Oh,
Goodbye. C9 Miracle Run to the finals this year.
Fuck yes.
Imagine this before you go. One last thing. What hypothetical world? Earth 52. What if Cloud9 actually make the finals? How big would that be for NA?
Oh, I would be drinking.
Perks would be the greatest Western player.
If that would literally cement him as the best Western player, if he could get Cloud9 to the finals.
He already is. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. After getting out of that group with FPX, or group of death.
I don't know why people thought Caps was actually better than him.
Caps is probably the second. Caps is second, but Perks is the GOAT. You know,
Caps is a better mechanical player, but if you think Caps was a better player at any point than Perks on G2, you're fucking high.
But I like smoking cocaine.
Fuck's sake. God, I don't. By the way, this is off topic. Why?
Or the people that think that H2K in 2016 was actually a good team.
Fuck that.
God damn.
No, that's not crack. That's like actually just like shooting up like 12 heroin needles in every joint in your body.
All right.
Why didn't T1 keep Clid? I'm still wondering that.
They wanted someone who could actually see the game when they're playing.
Yeah, but they didn't. They got Cuz.
Yeah, that had to have been like one of the biggest downgrades I've ever seen in an off season when I got that dude. All right, guys. See you next week.